The following may include subject matters of war, violence, loss, and adult themes which may not be appropriate for all audiences. Viewer discretion advised. Previously on Darkeport. Episode 23. A pea soup fog greets the crew of the Storm's Mare as they at last arrive at their destination, the island wherein lies the legendary Jason Tenderheart. They mitigate a potentially disastrous crash into the twisted hulk of another trireme, making landfall in relative safety. Nilishly proves unable to continue with the Fellowship, crying out in pain as she wades in towards the beach with the others. Marcus conjectures her pain is because the island is a place of power for Quaelathon, the Lord of Light, and Nilishly is a creation of Tezcatli, Goddess of Night. After some discussion, Nilishly reluctantly returns to the ship. Merrick, having once repeatedly utilized yet another god's dark power, has a similar reaction, albeit far less potent. Oisa intuits a pathway for Merrick to navigate this fact, by dancing. She conscripts everyone but Lord Titus into performance, herself quite familiar with Kithki dance and celebrations. Marcus slaps a beat out on himself, while Merrick, Oisa, Jason, and the second mate of the ship, Vibius, who has accompanied the Fellowship, all join in. Merrick feels a great weight lift from him after this celebration of life. Oisa has successfully deduced a viable path for him to continue with them. Shortly thereafter, a newcomer appears. He has been watching the party for some time without being noticed, commenting to Marcus that the gods don't much care when he overhears the devout farmer praying for guidance. After a back and forth, the stranger agrees to lead the Fellowship to somewhere safe to sleep for the night after warning them of some of the many dangers inherent to this singular place. Alva does indeed take them to a camp, once reinforced with wooden palisades and dug pits with punji sticks all around it. Here, their guide falters, seemingly at once utterly devoted to and also terrified of the master of the camp, Barless, a powerful russet-haired man with paired great axe and lyre on his back swaggers up to the party, immediately asserting himself. Titus stares into a face that appears to be akin. Oisa notices an important detail, yet has no way of telling the rest of her group yet.
And welcome, faraway friends, curiosity seekers, and connoisseurs of fantasy. The realm's over. You have found yourself once more at Darkeport. Sorry, Allie got me with a last-second zinger just before we went live. So, here we are again, and we are joined today by a certain person. The person. The Darkeport's assistant producer, and so who knows why he's here, and I like it because unless you all cheat and use your phones, you actually won't see the overlay, so you don't know what character he's playing today.
Yes. I don't know what character I'm playing.
So, yes, I'm sure that'll be delectable. We have our sister stream, Constructed Chaos, going tomorrow, and they have a Battle of the Bards going on. Looks like a one-shot. And I'm going to tell you right now, if it's their normal crew, man, Brett's going to be a menace in that. The guy who plays their normal bard is really, really quick-witted. So, good luck, y'all. Good luck, Morgan. If you're going to need it, and the rest of you, and the rest of the lot there, you're going to need it. And I will turn it over to Donnie.
Ooh.
No done.
Some other friends.
Quick little shout out to all of our sponsors. The wonderful Cantrip candle. Smells delicious. We use it every time. It tells the tales. Everything is not canon until that's lit. It does come with a dice at the bottom of it. But yeah, definitely go to check out them. We also have Eldritch Foundry, where you can completely customize and design and print your own if you wanted to pay for that. If not, they have an excellent STL subscription available where you can make unlimited characters and get the PDF version of those to print out at home. On top of that, if you guys like our music, Steve Gurnis, The Furnace.
What up?
He's gonna have another song kind of surrounded by some character, maybe a different character, maybe someone sitting next to me, maybe not. Will be coming out tomorrow, so make sure to check that out. Like, subscribe to his YouTube. He's fantastic. But yeah, that's everything I got.
Awesome.
Yeah, to that point, Donnie, Steve had thought to have the character themes evolve throughout the.
Oh yeah,
chronicle.
I love that.
So now.
Like a furnace.
Now that's happening. We're trying really hard to make that happen. It might. We'll see.
Furnace happen.
If it's named in rhyme with it, I wouldn't.
It might catch fire. We'll see.
Hey.
So
Really forged that one out.
usually it's Justin cracking the dad jokes, but I guess I got a little bit of that in me tonight. All right. So without further ado, unless I'm forgetting anything, but I don't think so. And if I do, it'll come back later. Oh yes, I am forgetting something. Titus,
What?
you were the winner for for MVP.
it was because I didn't dance. Sorry guys, go against the grain. It's awesome.
It's because you didn't dance.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Nope. So
And if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine.
it's true.
Safe to dance.
I guess that's why you're a lord. All right. You want to get
Here we go, everyone.
The candle of
Oh my god.
That was actually nice, guys.
Thank you.
That sounded great.
I'm gonna lay down for a bit.
It's because our former music teacher is here. That's
A
why.
little stepwise motion.
Yeah.
Did a music teacher?
A man of many talents. I'm
Wow,
telling
I
you.
didn't
You
know.
don't even know. You don't even know. And tonight we have
Who's playing tonight?
Marcus up to bat.
Right. Faith. It's such a simple word laden with massive nuance. Throughout the course of my life, I've met so many variations of faith, and each one has its own flavor. From the grand gestures of the Church of Holy Days, to the humble greetings my family sings to Thorn each morning and everything in between. Each is important in its own way, and each reinforces our connection to Thorn, which in turn allows us to move through our lives with purpose. There is a freedom that comes naturally from faith, despite how strong or weak an individual's belief might be. Freedom to know that you're following a path that has been laid before you by Thorn himself, despite how hard that path may be. Lately, I've been thinking about Titus and his own personal faith. On the surface, he follows a dual path of love and war, but I've begun to wonder how much he actually believes. There is no denying the gifts that his Thorn has granted directly to him and to those in his presence, but something always seems to hold him back from joining in any significant way. Might be his patrician blood, which I'll admit is new territory for me. Or maybe something else that causes him to keep his faith at arm's length. When we have some time, I'd like to sit and talk with him and get his perspective on the matter. First, though, we have to make it through this island and navigate the many, many dangers that surround us. It's kind of funny when I think about it, but even here, I have faith that we are on the right path.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love it.
Nice.
I was, before stream, I was vacillating about where to pick up the narrative, but I think, Randy, you have inspired me.
Faith.
Faith, indeed. Oh, I forgot to tell you all in the pre-talk, and this actually is important enough to mention on stream. If you have inspiration and someone else moves you with the roleplay, or you feel they're really doing an excellent job, and you as the player want to acknowledge that, rules as written, and we'll go with this. You can actually transfer your inspiration over to them.
Wow,
nice.
that would be
Interesting.
very selfless.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
I had completely forgotten, as I continue to kind of read through 5e, it's, wasn't the game I grew up playing, so it's like there are so many nooks and crannies I have to refresh myself with, but that was one of them. I was like, oh yeah, no, we're totally going to do that. Nalishli,
Yes.
you have, were you just contemplating what that would be like to,
I was. How good that would feel.
Someone right
Give
now.
someone.
for someone right now, yeah.
If only. But I'm so happy to be with you guys. Yeah.
What's been on her mind the most as far as faith goes? And yes, that was the question I was going to ask today.
What's been on her mind is like I think she feels that she's been a little stung in the past from other deities. And there's there's a fear. There's a fear about connecting with anyone that's not Tezcatli right now.
Mm-hmm. So you're walking, your feet underneath you, and you can feel the sense of motion, the breeze caressing your cheek, the sounds of the various creatures around you, almost hypnotizing in a way. And then where would her mind wander?
I think it would probably be, probably a little bit to Griff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Pleasant or unpleasant or both?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
You start replaying this totally planned for union that's begun to spring up between the two of you, both for him and for you. And what an unlikely pair that is. And yet, those moments of joy have been real. You remember being with Marcus's family, laying down next to him, feeling his presence there. And you also know in your heart, no matter what he said or has happened since then, that he was at peace too, at least for a little bit. And that's saying something for that individual. For some reason, that bird call brings you out. Your feet readjust, and you're walking. There's a slight grade. You last parted with your sword sister, Wesa. You had real anxiety when that happened. Going into this, and you had said that what use you would put the question to her, what use was your strength if you couldn't use it to protect the people that you cared about? It didn't feel right. This, though, feels better. You are a guest, but at least for now, you are welcome. You see, you're starting to come up a slight grade. You see an array of wooden logs, that have been tied together. Also pits with jagged stakes planted inside of them. But for all of that, someone has neglected to retie the gate. So there's and it's not any grand gate. It's just basically where they had taken two sections of that palisade and lashed them together. And one of them is just indigently swinging in the breeze right now. And you keep following this urging, unless there's something else you want to do. It's pretty strong.
No, I keep falling.
For some, actually, make either a religion or investigation roll.
Okay, I'm gonna retry these black dice.
Go for it.
And see what happens
See.
with the blessings. Everyone around me, higher self, angels. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wait. So what was it?
Religion or investigation.
That's gonna be a 5.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were going the other way.
Okay.
I
No.
thought this
I caught it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I will say it's pretty feast or famine with that. So you know that there are nuances maybe that are there that are observable, but you're just not there right now. And you concentrate on putting one foot in front of the other, and you just walk on in to Barolus's camp. All right.
The gate doesn't stop him? The gate
That was a
doesn't
joke.
Tobias is just swinging open.
Oh,
right
shoot.
now. Tobias, have your lovely character make a perception roll.
That's a 8.
8. Okay.
Starting out the day strong,
Yeah.
guys.
Starting off strong. Okay.
Get him out of the way.
Fellowship
Get him out of the way.
So the last 10 or so minutes of last session, when there was maybe 15, when there was interaction going on, where did your character position himself to observe that?
Wherever would have the best view while being largely covered. I don't want to.
Say it, Toby.
Darkest corner with the best view.
There you go. There you go. I knew it. I knew you wanted to say
Of
it.
course.
That's Mass Effect for y'all geeks out there. Yep. 2 specifically. So, go ahead. And, you're not exactly stalking, but go ahead and make a stealth check. Let me just see if Barolus
A stock check.
catches you or not.
9.
Okay.
Not doing a great job.
So, importantly, and you're not surprised by this. Actually, Barolus does not catch you, even with that. However, Avad does his thing, his irritating thing, where he reaches out and he taps Barolus. Your character's very intelligent, and you've been around them for a while now, so you understand this. When you haven't broken the code entirely yet, but when he taps at certain parts of his hand, you know that it means different things. And this one, because you've been on the wrong end of this before, he taps him on the inside of the wrist, and Barolus looks to him, and then Avad looks over to you.
Any of us
1, 2.
see any of us,
All of
maybe?
You definitely observe that. What's everybody else's passive? I have it written down, but I want
Perception
17.
17.
Yeah.
That's high enough.
Just, is he attempting? Does it
You're
look like he's
14.
sneaky?
An 8, so no.
Pass.
Too low.
Yours isn't filled out.
No, it's not.
Is he suave sneaky or is he sneaky?
Are you should be 14 unless you're
10 plus my 4 for wisdom. Yeah, I haven't filled out, but it's 14,
proficient with perception.
which I'm not.
No, you're not. Yes, that's 14. Okay. 14 probably not. So Merrick and Wesa catches it first. Okay.
So do I see this?
Okay. Do you follow? Do you look over, or do you?
Yeah.
All right. You do. You see someone who stepped into the lee side of the tents. You see kind of this dark blue-gray robes. Hard to tell exactly in the shadows. There's also a very dark cowl piece, so it's not just all one cloth. He has a few weapons lashed to his side. Nothing big. Looks kind of similar to you. Toby, do you have your staff on you or no? No? Okay. And the rest you're going to have to wait, like facial features, that sort of thing. You're going to have to wait until it gets further out. unless you want to really bear down on that and risk losing the.
I'm sure it's just like a curiosity, like what are they looking at?
Okay.
What's going on?
Both of you, Merrick and Wesa, go ahead and make a quick insight rolls.
Or for assessing his, is he like just walking into a tent, or is he assessing?
He's watching.
26.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
Those freaking dice.
This is for insight? Yeah. That would be 22.
Unreal.
22. Okay. So, yeah, both of you are well north of 20. The man is pretty intent, self-contained. One thing that he does lack, though, is fear. Whereas you see all around you, as this interaction has gone on, the men are just cowering away from Barolus's.
Merrick just gives a nice little glance and look at
Potential wrath.
Lisa. Yeah, I'm sure she's, whatever acknowledgement you do, like I think we're kind of like saying, we're acknowledging that we're seeing that. You probably are very focused on
I'm
what's
looking
in front of you.
When he looks over, I'll look over.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Lord Vaughn, is there someone here that shouldn't be?
That's a matter of perspective. Come, it's nearly high sun. Avad, how was hunting? Good, Domini. Everything, I should have it ready and have a torch. Less. Good, go. So, Avad bows and then scampers off. It's a hard thing, deciding betwixt being recognized and yet also surprising those around you.
Heavy weighs the name.
Indeed. I haven't had anyone that I could speak with about that for some time. With your name, you must be a cousin. I do not know what branch.
Well, perhaps we should have this discussion over dinner, but it would be nice to see if we are cousins.
Oh! And
But I have to ask.
finally, you were soaking up so much of the attention that the 5'11" silver-skinned lady got farther into the camp than she should have.
Barbarian.
So the only reason Barolus catches this is because it's literally right in front of his face, because he had come down and he was staring right at the gate.
Yeah.
And even still, he didn't clock you for a while. So you're seeing this little gathering going on, Nalishli.
Yeah, I'll turn back and be like, Nalishli, please come here.
Hi.
Glad you could make it.
Delishly.
This is yours. And his great axe, he had dropped down. The men who had been lolling about pop tall and bristle as you come in, obviously expecting you to be some sort of.
Are their weapons drawn, or they're just?
The ones with faster wits have their weapons out.
Please stay your weapons. This is my friend.
Our friend.
A hells of a friend.
There's a lot of interesting things that happen.
So you're looking at a powerfully built, russet-haired man who's just ever so slightly smaller, or shorter, I should say, than Titus. He probably actually weighs more. He's looking at you. You know what reaction your character has, seeing the silver-skinned one. There's also, about then, Way said, the wind shifts, and you catch an unwelcome stench on the breeze. Barolus hardly seems to matter, and then the rest of you kind of catch it in descending order from passive perception.
It's an actual smell.
Rot. Death.
Does it smell like the fields' death?
Not that pervasive.
Okay.
But
Like there's a pile of corpses somewhere.
like there are several ripe corpses that are nearby.
Not cat. Okay.
Yeah. All right. He's still.
Chef, glad you were able to find your feet. Come.
Hi. Where have I found my feet?
Apparently here.
And what is here, and who are these men?
Nalishli, you made it.
Lean over.
Jason runs up and hugs you.
Living.
Give him like kind of a cute hug.
Okay. He turns away. You I'm not going to make, because you guys were rocking the insight checks last session. So for those of you who are doing that, and Titus, you're the only one I'm going to have you roll for to see if you catch this or not.
Insight?
You know what the thought process is of Barolis.
That is a 2 minus 1.
Okay, so no, you don't catch this. The rest of you, though, actually, you know what, Nalishli? Why don't you roll insight
Yeah, okay.
and see?
Yeah,
I
you
took the
got
bad
this.
one out of the way. You got this.
Okay.
died.
Hire yourself, angels, praise be.
Nice.
20. 19 plus,
Okay.
what was it?
Zeroed out. Now it's zeroed out. It used to be minus 2.
Perfect.
Oh. Oh, that's right.
Amazing.
So your instincts aren't wrong. I saw you bristle. I felt you bristle a little bit. This man that holds himself as at least an equal to Titus, he looks about 10 winters older, by the way. So he's in his fighting prime. Very dangerous if he's chosen. He's watching you, and you see the eyes of, let's see, what would it be for her? Of a large stalking harpesia. Cold
eyes.
cold and rapacious.
You're gonna need to because that's a beautiful word. You're gonna need to tell me what that is. What is rapacious?
Like a raptor.
Ooh.
Like it just wants. He
kind
just
of animal?
He wants
eyes of the
like
great
animalistic and desirous of things,
Okay.
but in an animal way.
I'm gonna kind of put a stronger grip on Winter's Harvest, as I'm looking at him.
Okay. Don't get too many like that.
No, I feel there's nothing quite like Nalishli.
Aye.
I thought she was some sort of creature that the island had made. You'll see soon enough. It spits them out with some regularity, my lord.
And did they give you problem?
Domine.
Please, this is my advisor. You can address her as a house.
Want to try that again, girl?
Aye, of course, Dominique. Did they give you problem here on the island?
And her name is Wesa.
Noted. They've given about 50 or so of my men problems. Maybe more. I lose count. They all kind of look the same. If you're going, and without turning around, he says, if kind of just looking a little bit, if you're going to sit there like some kind of vulture, Capio, you may as well come out and greet our guests the same.
With greatest apologies, Domini. I did not want to interrupt your meeting.
Of course not. Everyone knows that you're the very soul of consideration and tact for others.
What of course.
Do you have your adoring public following you?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Avad looks to your left, looks to your right, and you see a little bit mild surprise on his face, on his weather-beaten face. There are moments where you can see the beauty that he might have been as a youth, and then the reality of now, where he is not aging well. And finally, though, he, with a second kind of impatient grunt from Barolis, Avad hies off this time for real. You see he quickly conscripts, absent his lord, he's definitely second in command here, and he quickly conscripts half a dozen men as they get lunch ready.
And who might you be?
I have the honor to be Capio Secundis, Domini.
The Emirates?
Not exactly, no.
It's a darker face than most that you've seen in Germentum. If you want to, your character could make a history check, Donnie. If anybody else is proficient in history, you can make this check too.
There's a 6.
Okay, so no, you can't place him.
I was watching Avad while he was conscripting that half dozen men. Did they seem like they were resentful of the fact that he had the ability to conscript him as easily as they did? Or did they seem to hop to as soon as he said something?
Sounds like an insight check, Randy.
Roll that dice.
No, I got a 1.
Not one?
Not 1.
Strong start, guys.
Yeah.
Roll. roll. Fifth ed doesn't generally do botches. Roll one more time and let me see if it's bad.
7 with my insight.
This is a high pressure situation, though.
Yeah, with my insight, it would be 13.
Okay, 7. You're a little surprised that that the men seem to vie for his attention, but maybe you're wrong.
Vie for whose attention?
For Avad's attention.
The guy who went off conscripted those bunch of people.
So next to the Lord, there is a much smaller. Now that you're seeing him in a different way, so you can clearly see like not old but older, like lines across the face, heavily weather beaten. What might have been lustrous black hair at one point shot through with gray. Wiry build. And there's a certain skittishness, maybe nervousness to his movements as he darts around. That should be everybody. Very well. I have other things to attend to. Enjoy Capio Secundus's company.
I very much appreciate the hospitality.
Of course. How could I treat a cousin any less?
Love a family reunion.
Indeed. We will speak soon, Titus Metellus. He turns and goes off, not the way he came, but actually to his right, going to where it looks like they have most of their gear stored.
Yeah, Lord Aponius Cornelius. Yeah, kind of as a disagreeing back at the same level.
The small warrior man go with him?
No, Avad stays to organize the noon meal.
So, you must be your guide.
Perhaps. If we can come to an arrangement, perhaps.
Not really a great way to open up a conversation by trying to make a deal. Perhaps you should tell us a little bit more about you before your tongue falls out of your mouth.
I'm sorry, I was not listening. Your friend, who is she?
I am Nilishli. Who are you?
Capio Secundus. I have never seen your like before. You are magnificent.
Thank you. She kind of blushes a little bit. Looks down a little bit.
Why have you come to this place, lady?
I travel with my companions.
These people. Remarkable.
Donnie,
Daggers, I'm just staring daggers, yeah.
roll an insight check with advantage, because there are some things on this island that are easier to notice.
That is a 9.
Okay. Something's bubbling in the back of your head, but hasn't come to you yet. All right, so you have maybe 20, 25 men that are around. I had said before that the camp could hold 80 or holds 80. As you're looking about, though, you see less. You're getting the feeling it's probably less than that.
The 50 that are no longer with us?
For a start, yes.
Is it obvious where that smell was coming from?
Are you cooking something, Capio?
Apparently you're not that good at
It'd
it.
be pretty foul, Merrick, if it was, Jason says.
I do
Over
have
here, Jason.
some skill in this field,
Yeah, I'm
but
hovering here,
no,
practically.
I am not currently in the preparation of meal, but perhaps later.
Other burning. Other burning.
They're burning.
Not smell what I smell.
There's the tent that he came from. It's probably the source of the stench.
We can see the tent.
Like it's obvious which one.
The one that Bareilles went to?
No, Bareilles went off to examine gear.
But of course, forgive me, small man. So sometimes you forget. You become so used to your environment. It does not seem strange at all. Would you like to meet my friends?
I wouldn't say that's safe, Merrick.
No.
And who are your friends?
How very sad. Perhaps you'll become acquainted later.
Can I get a sense of his intention on those words?
Sure. Go ahead and make an insight check. Go ahead and roll to counter that.
It's 16?
16.
26.
Oof.
What vibe is Capio Secundus putting out in that moment?
Perverted.
Always looking for new friends.
It's a friendly vibe?
So there is. So there is. That's really funny, Toby. There is a predatory nature to Capio's gaze, which is every bit the equal of Barola's. It's just a different flavor.
Is he like a... Can I get towards that tent, or...?
Sure. I mean, yeah, nobody's... The men around here, they largely, Tatiana, seem listless. I mean, Avad had to go, and they did pop tall when he went over there and started barking out orders. He reminds you of an overclocked Leptis terrier, the way that he's running around and nipping at people. But you might even have, KPO, you might even have made that same observation yourself to him once or twice when you were in a particularly foul mood. But other than that, these men just don't seem interested in much. They're literally lying about. There are a few of them playing knucklebones with each other, but there's none of the boisterousness. I mean, you've been around the Myrmidon, remember, now for three winters and more. So you know the vitality of men in the field, and they're not showing it. Some of them are staring at you, and you definitely wouldn't want to be alone in this camp. But
what exactly does he look like in like tall weight? I know like the brown face and like the blue robes.
Tall and thin, but with a sense of robustness to him as well. There's no fragility to him for the thinness. You suspect that hitting him would be like hitting hard rubber. He's got that kind of build.
Yeah, wiry.
Yeah, and condensed.
Wisa, you see that tent?
Aye.
Capios, I'm gonna have a moment
that's
over
what
here,
this
and I'll
smells
start
like.
walking.
I do think
Come here
so.
real quick.
Oh, what an honor. Conference with the Domini himself.
Don't look at my friend like that.
Like what?
Like you are. We'll have a moment and we're going to prepare our lunch. You could see to yourself. We'll see to ourselves.
With greatest apologies, Domini. I meant no disrespect.
Do we see any women at all?
You could try having
No
respect
women.
first. And then I'll turn and walk away.
Well said, my lord.
Are you walking away?
It's terrifying.
A valuable lesson learned.
And Alicia and I will go.
Yeah, but we're gonna go like kind of lazily, slowly.
I want to huddle up before you guys go anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Because after I just kind of excused him.
Okay, so you have to call out to them then, because you had called them out, and that's fine. Which you can.
Yeah, I would
You can get them.
go back over to them
Okay.
where we're kind of more so isolated.
My hand is on Jason's shoulder, kind of like protective dad around like a
His
bunch.
eyes are wide right now.
Yeah,
I don't like to
Stand
come to
in
the
it.
gym of that one.
yeah,
I don't think
always.
anyone does.
They go no end with no one.
He's up to no good.
I don't like his lads.
I don't either.
He's looking at Capio.
We can talk about it later.
They're
Listen,
They're what?
all wrong.
that's obvious.
Wrong how?
As we huddle somewhere.
Okay, so in this camp, I'll paint the picture a little bit more. So you're on this broad grassy knoll. You've got what is probably a prize fire pit where the food's getting prepared right now. You have these tents. There seem to be more tents than are needed for the amount of bodies that you're seeing here. Some of the tents look in states of disrepair, some of them do not. But there is that same sense, and I know this could be another role, but I think you're getting the theme. there is that same sense, much like with the barnacled ship, that just time is just
Changed.
has just rolled. You don't know, but something is not adding up here correctly.
Yeah.
The abacus is not adding up.
Before we meet with anyone else, I have to let you guys know that you have to let me address it. Marcus, no one can know who you are.
Agreed.
Initially, they think we're friends, which is correct. They know you're an advisor, Wesa. Merrick, they know that you're a soldier. Jason and Vibius, you are truly just porters. As well as you, Marcus.
Vibius nods vigorously.
Hide that book.
Shit. All right.
Jason, do not speak to anyone outside of our
Make a perception roll.
You understand?
Do you think he's one of those?
I do.
Even if you're addressed as such, by Barolus.
You mean ignore the Dominie?
Not ignore. Just choose your words without telling.
And defer.
I can speak on your behalf. That's how most lords usually do it.
All right. I wanted to say this whole camp. Remember when I said Avad's lights that were kind of flattened out?
There's some sort of corruption.
It's like everyone here is flattened out except for him. What did you get, Toby? 9. Okay.
What are his?
Like he's stolen other people's lights.
You know, Colin, I was like,
Yeah.
the Deathwalker? The one that... It's not a Deathwalker, the name that was brought up with Patron.
Gravedigger?
Gravedigger.
No.
Perhaps.
No one go alone. Anywhere.
I don't know what you just said, Merrick, but yeah, I'm sure it's right.
I apologize.
Merrick, what is a gravedigger? I've never heard this term.
I know that was an Illiconus, so you wouldn't have,
Yeah, I
you
was
wouldn't have been able to
looking
follow
at
that conversation.
We can have our speculations at other times, but for now, we just know not to trust anyone.
I'm doing the fatherly thing to Jason to just keep him calm. Just like, warm, protective, tall, much taller than him, kind of feel like that. Same thing I would do with my kids.
He looks over to you, Wesa, to try to give you a reassuring smile. And I'm gonna say you're on right now. So he's looking to see if you need him to reassure you.
That's cute.
That's very kind.
Thank you, Jason.
I feel like Wasa's just like trying to keep her face as stony as possible.
Yeah. And then he looks away when you seem composed.
Gather information for what we can. Afterwards, we should be planning on leaving here shortly.
3 or 4 men walk by, not close by, but about 20 feet off, eyeballing you.
Mm-hmm.
All of you. They see you. Make a Dignitas roll.
10.
Okay. They see you. They're a little insouciant, but the eyes linger a bit longer than they should.
I'm gonna stare and just kind of like turn and just kind of like stand up and just like kind of glare, like menacingly, like a Barolus does to his men.
Now make a intimidation roll.
This has to be better. That is a 15.
Okay. All right. They seem to be beaten down pretty well by Barolus. So once you really start putting your weight on them, they turn, they shuffle off. You hear some low curses though, coming out from underneath their breath, and they sullenly move on. Donnie,
Can we give, at least for now, Jason a temporary role that you can speak truthful to?
He's a porter.
There you go, Jason.
So are you, Vibius. So are you, Marcus.
No. I know.
And what is our goal here?
Our goal is to gather to see how long they've been here, and also what they're looking for and what they have found. Or more importantly, what they didn't.
I'm pretty sure I know what they're looking for. Pretty sure we all know what they're looking for.
What do you suspect they're looking for?
Same thing we are.
Jason Tenderheart.
We know they haven't found them.
Yes. We know we haven't found them, and I don't think that's supposed to be here.
Can you...
And that's the reason why the island isn't working for them.
Can we use a different name while we talk about that? Sure. A code?
What do you suggest?
We're looking for my Uncle Julius.
There you are.
Stolen from our crypt in Jedimentrum.
He's gonna wonder why we're here looking for it specifically, but fair enough.
That was the lead that we were given.
But yeah, they're here for the same thing we are. The difference is that we are here by invitation. They are not.
There's right and there's wrong reasons. I know that ours is definitely more just than theirs. But I just don't want any of our intentions to be given at this time, outside of what we just discussed.
Understood.
There's a lot of empty tents here, my lord.
There's a lot of empty people.
I feel like they've been here too long. That being said,
Vivius nods when you say a lot of empty people.
I also should prepare for lunch, have a discussion, and be on our way.
Our own food, of course.
Absolutely.
Make a religion roll. Sorry, Wesa, for our people who are just listening.
Well.
I got it.
2.
Okay.
Religion.
Rain, go away.
Because this is normal. Again, normally 5e doesn't do botches, but because this is a high pressure situation, go ahead and roll again and see if it's bad.
16.
No. Okay. Your mind turns to Nalishli. You know she was in so much pain, and now she seems to be walking fairly well. You don't immediately come to a conclusion about that.
Could I have come to a conclusion about that?
I mean, as a player, you're welcome to speculate, absolutely.
May I roll for that? Because I did try to figure out what was going on with him between the two. And they were the only two who actually suffered from that.
Good point. Yeah, go ahead. Religion check, same check.
I got a 6.
Okay. So yeah, you're not sure. Good advocacy, but yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
So make sure that if you tell them you're the
chatting,
high priestess
chatting
of
away,
the
but you can't really catch much
not
on
a
the breeze.
construct.
My friends are
ground.
preparing lunch.
Understood.
You're good friends. Your adoring public is preparing. Oof. Okay, just for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough that I'm going to be able to offer it. I don't even if they don't take it.
Where is your adoring public inside of your tent?
Wouldn't need any meat that's here.
All right, great. I'm also going to assume that you've gone out of your way to commandeer the second largest tent.
For sure.
Place. Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. Of course. Okay. You're hearing additional activity going on in the tent that KPO was standing next to. Every so often you'll see something fetch up against the side and move the canvas.
Are you trying to get out? Like up to down?
Hard to say. from this
No,
distance.
no, not like that.
And you see him standing, he's standing in the flap of it, but because of the angle, because you have your tent oriented away from, it will make sense when we get to when we get deeper into the camp where you have it oriented, but not to the gate.
You don't add the spices before you cook, you add after, so it doesn't burn the flavor. Come on.
Does it smell good? What's cooking?
What's attempting to be cooked? Yes, it's utterly overpowered by the reek of death. So, you don't know how this man, because you're inured to it, you're long since you're you don't know how this man can just sit there carrying on a quotidian conversation about spicing while he's right next to whatever is generating that smell.
His tent is not the tent that smells like death.
No, oh yes it is.
Oh, it is.
Oh, that's the one that smells.
Yep.
It's his tent. That's like where he sleeps and stuff. That's his tent.
Presumably.
It's pretty disgusting.
Yes, it is.
Unless he's appropriated two different tents, but
Good stew to share with my new friends, yes.
I'm gonna start making, have our group start making our way away from that tent and towards whatever we would think would be Perolus's main tent.
okay.
I get like a quick layout of the camp.
So you start roaming a bit. Okay, actually, Toby, I'm morbidly curious. You have as a writing skill a pretty serious cooking skill. Go ahead and I want to see how it came out.
That's a natural 20.
This guy cooked.
That's a total of 27, just in case you're curious.
So you reach back into your memory, and you know what? You recreate the best meal you ever did, which was the meal you fed your master before you bid him adieu. Fond memories.
I miss Katrin, guys. So that chair's scaring me now.
You and me both.
Come back, Anika, come back.
He's gonna eat Peter's poop. All right.
Okay.
Lord, Brother Dominic.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
Need to
walking.
get from here.
Yeah, we're walking
And
away.
you literally see Merrick tense up.
Yeah.
It's bringing back a lot of memories from his smell in the kitchen, and
Ooh, yep.
he wants to leave. So
Oh, yeah.
he literally starts.
We're going.
Okay, so yeah, you're moving along.
Oh, come back.
Fatherly hand on
Made
your
you
shoulder.
something
That's right.
special.
Like,
I'm gonna be like on the back of the group as we're walking
Breathe it
away,
out.
just
Breathe
like
it
kind of
through your
looking
mouth.
at him with Winter's
You're
Harvest
not
on my
alone.
shoulder.
Okay.
You're here with us.
He's doing
You might be.
bad things.
You might be, but it's not the place, not the time to talk about that. We're surrounded by enemies. And just keep it at that.
Yeah, keep your feelings to yourself.
He's a surgeon.
It doesn't matter. We could easily be outnumbered.
I understand.
No more outbursts. They could take offense, and we will be compromised. I know you're strong enough to go through this.
Yes, my lord.
There's some benches that look well weathered. You've got the tattered remains of some more tents. But as you're making your way, are you?
If we find like an isolated place that's away from tents with benches that kind of has a fire pit, I would say that we would probably sit down there and
Okay.
start having our rations.
Is there a downwind or upwind or anything like that going on?
There is. Are you following the palisades? Or are you going to be cutting more directly through and scanning it that
Probably
way?
following the palisades.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you get to the other end. You see another group, another section of this log wall lashed together, pretty tightly, more seriously than on the other side. Actually, yeah, it's hard to even really get a view through there. And although there are more tents here set up and more weaponry here set up than at any other point, it's abandoned. So you do.
How long does it seem like it's been abandoned, or is it just like they're on patrol, or there's no one?
Can I check for
that
tracks, see
occupies
how
them anymore?
if there's any tracks recently?
You can. Merritt, go ahead and make a survival roll. And who has the best investigation out of this group?
+4.
I have +4.
Okay. Titus, you know what? Go ahead and roll with advantage, investigation. Because you're going to have a bunch of pairs of eyes
Oh
looking.
my goodness, that's only 12.
Okay. So you
You're retired.
You definitely know, yeah. You definitely know that it's not a recent patrol, because there is a layer of dust, but there aren't any obvious signs like with the barnacles.
Yeah.
You know, of exactly how long.
Yeah, no, like moth-eaten tents or.
You don't see. Well, the tents look rough.
Yeah.
The tents are not being
But
occupied.
not rough. Okay.
But you're having a hard time putting your finger on exactly how long. Go.
I rolled a natural crit, so 25. And I'm specialized in it.
Okay. You're looking around. The track's tail, actually quite a tail here. Let me see, because I know what the foot traffic pattern would have been through there.
See where it go.
So
Starts looking.
yeah, as you're looking, and you're quick at getting this too. It's not just depth; it's also speed. And you did, Donnie, find actually almost right next to the palisade what you were looking for. It's a clear area with a bench. Looks like there was even a leftover clay pot.
Oh,
So not a pit, but somebody just abandoned a clay pot. There's something nasty that's gone putrid inside of it, but you can dump that out, and if somebody wants to clean it, then you can probably reclaim it. It looks like, Merrick, with the 25, that trips here are infrequent, because you can see at least 3 different clear sets of tracks that are spaced out. If erosion acts anything like it does in the sane world. However, with each of those waves, you're seeing what must be nearly every man in this camp. And in fact, the oldest pair of tracks that you clearly see looks like it has north of 100 pair of feet.
Going into there.
Going out. Going past this back end of the camp. The grade, the gentle grade does continue. You still wouldn't call it a proper hill, but there's a slight, maybe 2-3 degree grade that just continues up through this.
On the back side, where what is it back? I guess northeast, north. I'm sorry, or whatever direction we're talking about here.
One last thing. Even though it wasn't an investigation, I'll just give you this on a 25 because it is germane to tracking. You glance up because it's weird to you how the tracks are flowing, and you see that indeed the palisades are irregularly shaped here, and it looks like you're coming to some kind of funnel, almost.
My lord. I've seen tracks at one point over time. Not that often. Every man in this camp has gone that direction. In addition, do you notice how the palisades are getting closer?
I feel as though they didn't come back.
It's almost a funnel towards something. That whatever's out there is probably bad.
I think everything in here is bad too. Perhaps we should.
Meg,
Perhaps this camp serves something greater.
Meg, one question about the tracks. How purposeful were the strides?
Was it a marching order?
Was it
One
sort of listlessly?
Yeah, first of all, was it an organized march, standard?
Or just
Damn, Randy,
As he
that
thinks.
is, you are on, man.
what a brilliant porter.
With advantage, make an insight roll as you're trying to tap into the emotion of these feet.
Insight?
Yeah.
24.
Okay. You can feel the old power drawing your attention moments like this where it pulls you in certain ways. It's been your constant companion for 30 winters now, going on 31 winters. And this time, Corey, it pulls your eyes down a particular lane, and you can almost, but not quite, see it sparkling to draw your attention. It's actually a trick of the sun, but your subconscious processes it as sparkling. And as you view that, a further layer in response to Marcus's question unfolds in your mind, and you can almost see this play out as something. I'll give you close to an exact number, actually. 140. So the first wave, the oldest, is 140. Right around there, you see those strides have the most organization. They're also the longest, which says to you, confident.
Right.
And then with each successive drop, you actually catch at least one more now. The fourth. There are probably
140, 100.
There are probably others even, but because even with the 25, it just becomes impossible when you have them going over the same, the same area again and again and again. But you're seeing this tail, and it's a downward spiral the whole way. The steps become more diffident. They become less, more disorganized, etc.
Marcus. Excellent question.
Aye.
I'm actually seeing a lot. I'm noticing the oldest tracks. They were very confident men at the time. This is how the strides are long. The second set I noticed, there might be others in between. It's hard to tell, so many, but it is distinct enough. Less than 140 men. We're like 100.
What's the last count that you can definitively say?
You're looking at about 80. That's the last one.
About 80.
How long ago?
I don't know if what I can do. Depth of the dirt, or how much maybe leaves are on it, or depends on the weather looks like.
That looks to you somewhere under a moon. If you had to try to guess, you'd say probably 2 fortnights, about 20 days.
So it looks like they're ordered.
2 fortnights.
That makes sense.
Around that.
Well,
Do you think these bodies
Okay.
have anything to do with
Bring
it?
them food.
Ones that are being burned.
4 with me, each with 2 bowls.
Possibly. There's something
Death approaches,
Ow.
Wesa.
with this place. And it
Yeah,
ain't
behind
just this. And I'm looking around to make sure nobody's.
Okay, so Wesa gets up, and the Fellowship, of course, knows better than to ignore her.
Why?
What do they see trundling on up to them, Tobias?
They see a proud and confident man striding with purpose, a broad smile upon his face as he leads a party of shambling corpses.
Yeah, that's what I
4 of them, each holding 2 bowls of a steaming stew that, despite the death and decay, actually smells pretty good.
Yep.
What in the mother's the?
I'll start walking over, and I'm going to
You ain't need to
They're
do
walking
that.
before they get to
Okay,
us.
so you're going to intercept.
Yeah.
You'll intercept him. Okay.
Well,
So
I
many.
kind of thought it might be this.
Forgive my rudeness before. I offered you a gift. The hospitality. It seems you have not had the pleasure of a home-cooked meal in some time. Please, eat.
I appreciate your suggestion. I do not accept your apology for your rudeness earlier. I am here, of course, on behalf of my own interests, but I was greeted by a lord, not by you. So break bread with whatever these are, and whatever perversion you've done to them, and turn around.
The man who demands respect refuses to show any.
A man who does that has no respect.
Are these guards? Are these people who actually work
They're
here?
zombies.
Oh yeah, no, I get that.
No, you're
I
looking
get that.
what?
What the kind of gear they're wearing, stuff like that.
No, they look different.
They look hungry too. Why don't you feed it to them? And I'll turn and start walking away.
Cat.
Make an investigation roll, Marcus.
I was far away. It was just me and him because I didn't want him to walk up to all of us. With
I got a natural 20.
Say that word.
Oh yeah, I got a natural 20, buddy. So I guess with investigation, it'd be 21.
Ah, golly.
Hey, we get some 20s too.
Your blood runs cold as your mind's eye strips away the layers of filth and decay, the layers of desiccated entrails, and perversion. And what you are seeing is men who would have been very similar to the Storm's Mare, to that doughty crew, that doughty resilient crew that you have. These were sailors, and probably pretty good ones.
Do we get the sense at all that these are men, like, of their crew?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of going with now too. That's
You can go with that if you want. You're not sure.
I see that.
Do you linger? Or do you turn away and
I think I'm going to linger just a bit too long.
just a bit too long? That's on brand. Okay.
Obviously.
So on brand.
Oh, it's them.
What formation do your
Flying V.
during public? Yeah.
No, it's 2x2.
2x2. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
I'll walk back over to you guys. Like, he was trying to offer us food.
I think those are the sailors who brought him here.
I don't know what they are.
When you say that the peculiar nature of this island, where you just feel more in tune with everything, your words have the ring of truth in your ears.
Oh, I know. It's the sailors who brought him here.
You shall not.
The sailors who brought who here?
These people.
This camp.
As I just sort of.
That. And I look over. You know, like,
Randy, because you rolled a nat 20 and because your mind is going down those ways, make a further insight or investigation.
Insight check.
Okay. I got you next, baby.
I got a 3, but I'm going to use my inspiration.
Do it. This is a good roll to do it on.
15, 21.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Go ahead and erase the inspiration.
Huzzah. Huzzah!
I was thinking about giving it to you as an angel.
Aww.
Yeah, but
No, I know you were. I know you were, Randy. I could feel it.
give me by thorn, given to you.
At first, you as your lord puts out a very plausible narrative, it's kind of fair enough, but something doesn't quite match. And then you look at Capio, who is, after all, still kind of just at the edge of outright disrespect, by lingering here. Couldn't be right. You can't imagine a world where Barolas and this man have gotten along in harmony with one another for the length of time it would have taken them to set up a trip of this magnitude. Because now that you've been on the triremes, remember, Randy, the crews are about 200.
Right.
It's not a small undertaking. And there's something else you can't, even with that role, you can't quite put your finger on it, but you just know in your gut that Capio, obviously he's in the camp, but he doesn't quite fit.
Like he runs the camp almost.
He showed up.
Master. You know, like that's exactly like 100%.
I would like to go up to him.
Oh, okay.
All right.
A new friend. Someone who understands the finer things in life.
With all respect, it appears that these are your creations. Is that true?
And so
I don't know if I would describe it as such. I am
he considers himself an artist.
just the vessel
I think he knows what
that can inspire them to new heights.
You see some little creature, some beachside creature crawling around in the ribcage.
Of him?
No, of the creature.
I know, that's what I thought
You
too.
literally would have to leave the table. Like, you'd have to leave. Game would be over.
It's better than Walking Dead.
That's fair.
Please, lady,
You brought that up earlier too.
a warm meal can do wonders for the soul.
Capius, I believe I made myself clear.
Perhaps if you understood my name, I would listen to you. You were saying.
Is there any other guards around us?
I'll let you make that roll with advantage again that you made earlier.
That is a 12 plus. What was it again? His insight.
Insight, yeah.
Yeah, that's 11.
Okay. This time, because it's so blatant, I'll say you hit the DC. It's definitely lower. So, you know that your blood has power beyond just the thought of it, because so many men for so many years have reposed power into it. It's almost taken on a life of its own. So with the Veils, so with the Zosh, etc. You, and having been previously reduced by Merrick, you understand what it feels like to have that thing inside of you, or that you wear as a cloak that you're not even aware of, because that's what you were born into, diminish. And you can feel the threat of it. You're a little surprised with his blatant disrespect that you haven't felt that happen yet. You don't know why, because it should be kicking in by now. Some commoner, some dirtbag, death tamer.
Also, I didn't mean to mispronounce your name. I thought it was Capius. Was I wrong?
Capio.
Capio. Fuck.
That's fine. That can be in character. Yeah.
Do not disrespect my dominee.
Sergeant.
Heck.
Looks over.
Yeah. I told you to be quiet. I'm gonna walk over in between you two, and I'm gonna smack the bowl out of your hand.
Okay.
Your tongue behind your teeth.
And again, you see some.
Keep your pets on a leash.
You are the one who needs to learn his place. Domini.
Walk
away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wonderful.
Wesa, you can
I'm sorry, Wesa.
smell the stew, this thick, viscous stew coming up from the ground. Saffron and other spices come up to your keen nose. It really is delicious.
Damn it.
To answer your earlier question, Donnie, there does not seem to be any interest by any of the men in being in this particular location.
Oh, for sure.
So you are quite alone.
He appears quite proud.
He does.
He is not hiding at all what he's up to. And I think we all know that he is not afraid to do something to any of us.
What time of day is it?
You're about high sun now. It's probably close to Avad's probably close to having lunch finished.
You said it's high sun now?
Yeah.
Do I notice any difference in that, like, inability to walk around freely from this morning to this afternoon?
You still feel the invitation is there. You're on probation right now by whatever reigning power is on this island, but it has not been revoked. You would know immediately. So you feel for the nonce that you may travel unimpeded.
If he speaks to me like that again, I'll feed him his pets.
Fair enough. Well, let's try not to get there yet.
What can we do?
Try.
What can we do to get the audience with
We're waiting
the Lord?
for
And
this
also,
meal to be finished. Afterwards, I say we leave.
We can at least say yes.
may be wrong, but I don't think Borellis is in quite his right mind right now.
Do you think we should leave now?
I think we should leave soon. I don't think we should be so charitable to deny his request for an audience. I think we need to see that, but as I sort of gesture between the tent where Borellis went off to and him, there's something wrong here. And he understands.
You think?
He
Vivia
understands
says.
that he can't do anything to him.
It's a
It's
power.
the only reason why he would allow that slight, that disrespect to happen.
It's kind of what Catherine did with that giant Uktini, but different, somehow controlled.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with magic. It might. I mean, I don't know, but
Well, look at
We don't know his magic,
those
it's
things.
necromancy, I'd say.
but that doesn't mean that's all he has.
No, that's true. It doesn't. That's a good point. All I know is that Borellis cannot do jack to that man, or he would have done so already.
Obviously, it must be some type of arrangement. We're both here for their
His
own.
manpower.
Or perhaps they have no way to leave,
That's that too.
and this man may have been here before them.
Those zombies, those
Oh,
creatures.
man, he's a rat.
Man, those creatures there, I'm sure that they were the crew that brought them here on that ship. They probably crashed just like we did. A few of them survived, came into the city with the, whatever this counts as a city, came into the encampment, thinking that they might have safe harbor here, and they got turned into that.
You say Thorn is over this domain,
Yes, Thorn does rule over this domain.
except for this black dot cleared out right here. That's not Thorn's work.
It's not, and that's why Thorn hasn't done shit for them. Thorn doesn't want them here. He's killing them off little by little. It's a war of attrition with them.
Right.
We can tell by the ground that you saw. It's a war of attrition.
They're feeding them to something that direction.
Agreed.
Perhaps he is just a servant to a bigger master.
This man? Maybe.
Yes.
It might be. I don't know. But I know that right now we are in grave danger.
Did you see if they had ships?
We saw some ships on the way in. We saw a ship on the way in.
Heavy fog, though.
Yeah, so there could have been many more.
It ran aground.
But
They're feeding bodies to something out there, based on what I saw.
Perhaps.
it might be.
After a meeting with Borellis, we are going to leave.
Men go out and don't come back.
Yeah,
That's what I know.
because the forest itself kills them. Avad has already told us that. They went to the lagoon to try and find the creature that blew us asunder.
Or that was false information
I
given
don't
to
think
us.
it was. It
Wait,
didn't,
sir.
didn't feel
What
like
do you think?
I don't like any of it. And I am curious what is beyond here, where those footsteps go. Perhaps we would understand more if we follow them.
Should we go now?
I feel like each of those waves were like an expedition being sent out to try and find what they were looking for, and it failed miserably each time. That's why there's a little less, and a little less, and a little less every single time.
Perhaps their intent was wrong, and therefore they were chopped up for who they are.
I stand by my earlier statements that we were invited here, and they were not.
Jason, do you see a light past that gate?
As you ask him, you're speaking to the back of his head, and he seems, you probably would have noticed this already, Wesa. He seems entranced. He doesn't answer you. His head's craned up and he's looking up. Not exactly straight up, but kind of off into the distance.
He sees like something rising, maybe.
Jason,
Huh?
you see any light past those gates? What are you looking at?
You can't see it?
I
No.
look up where he's looking.
Yeah.
Looks just like sky.
It's a blue sky.
Jason, keep your voice low. What do you see?
He looks around, kind of shrinks. Ew.
Jason,
A dome.
around here,
No,
in the distance.
there. And he just again points to kind of what looks like maybe would be like a third-story building sort of thing.
Is it a dome around the island that you see?
Nah, like almost big enough to be like a dome over this camp.
Tin, maybe. What colors are the...
Delishi, you go over and check the gate to see if it's locked. Just act like you're stretching.
I'm gonna slowly meander, like.
Furtively.
Security may go with it. Yeah. As if you guys are just like, yeah.
Fortunately, there's nobody that you have to make a deception roll against.
Thank
So
God,
you wander over there. It looks like here they actually did bother to build a brace. So they have two logs that are wedged in there, like making a brace against getting shoved in. And you're looking around. Make a perception or investigation roll, whichever you prefer.
I hope we're not spiritually trapped here.
We are.
That's a 19. I'll go with investigation.
Nice.
Nice.
You're looking around. You see splinters, large. I shouldn't say splinters. Splinters of logs that litter the area as you get close. It's clear this has been breached before. You see deep gouges into the earth around, and you can imagine something pounding. Have to be superhumanly strong to break what you see there before you, but it looks like it's come off the hinges come off the ropes before.
The gate has.
The gate has, yeah. You're also seeing what looks like one or two pieces of bone.
Bone?
That are down. It looks maybe like part of a human hand, like finger bones, wrists. Wow. And as you get closer to the gate, with the 19, and now that you're like right on it, you actually can look in between. If you, I know you're not going to put your face right there, but
I might.
You might. That's true.
What does this feel like?
Statement retracted.
Hilarious.
Peak sensation. You get up and you see a cluttered, or I should say a littered field, maybe, but you're seeing that there are some cobblestones, some badly weathered cobblestones on the ground that kind of meander around irregularly.
It looks like a path almost.
There is a path out of here. You're also seeing bits and pieces, and now you will have to put your eye to it. But you're seeing bits and pieces of what looks like crumbled masonry that are in the pathway.
In the pathway.
Off to the sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost like looked like a. Did it look like it was like a wall or anything I would have recognized? That masonry?
Some sort of buildings
buildings
that were there before.
Okay, so they're quite sizable, the masonry.
And a lot, yes. And a lot now of bones.
A lot of bones. Does it...
A lot of bones.
Okay.
Publia, why'd you send us here?
Does it look like a kind of like a destroyed village almost?
Interesting question. I'm going to have you make a religion check. I know this seems kind of out there, but...
Religion.
See, yeah.
Religion.
You're religious.
I'm religious. We're all religious here.
Yeah, I see.
11.
You don't think you're looking at a village. It looks more like a charnel house. It looks more like a field of slaughter that's been going
like a
on
war field.
for many times.
Oh, Merrick did it at the time.
Many waves. You have some image try to pop into your mind, almost like your creatrix is attempting to hand you something, but her grasp is so attenuated here and so far that by the time her gift of information makes its way to you, it's just a suggestion of shadows and screaming and violence that was not this location but was on this island. And that shadowy silhouetted image that you see, Allie, is not a symmetrical war. It's a slaughter going on as you see people running for their lives.
Is there any recognizable colors in that flash of image that I see?
It's all shadows, unfortunately.
Right.
Shadows and dust.
Okay.
One last question.
Sure.
How long does that field look to get to the other side?
Well, that's the question. You're looking, and here's an interesting one. From inside of the Palisades, you could not see this. But now that you're putting your eye right there and looking, you kind of catch something, some kind of shimmer or some sort of trick or mirage, like that little subtle waver in the air. And that's looking a ways. I mean, the better part of a football field.
Wow.
There.
And are we seeing these artillery things? Are those inside the gate shooting out? Will we have seen those by the end of the...
By the end of your tour of it?
Yeah. Were they facing the gate that we came in, or the gate that we're looking at now?
Facing the gate that you're looking at now.
Okay.
And there are a few of them that are here, although again, they look like they've been abandoned.
Okay.
So you have scorpions, I guess I should say in this world, just keep it simple and say ballistas. Yeah.
Sorry to go back, but is that gate quite hard to open, or is it quite heavy, or is it easy to kind of pop open a slit?
Because it's braced.
Yeah.
You'd have to move the logs first.
And it would be quite noisy and.
It'd be pretty noisy. Yeah. You might try to do it quietly if you want.
The logs are I'm trying to imagine what the logs are propping it up on.
So if this is the gate.
Yeah.
Then the logs like that. Yeah, the logs are wedged in like this. So if you try to push on,
try to come in, it will push.
Why is engineering blowing my mind? The logs are like this.
So here's the door. Then they're like that, bracing it, so it won't open.
On the other side.
Like putting a chair against the door.
On your side. Yeah,
so putting it break into us.
There you go.
Right. Okay, but I could get in if I removed those logs that were bracing this.
You could. Yeah. You'd have to move the logs. You have the strength to move it.
Can I? Could I do it as quietly as possible?
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. You want to start?
Are we still being watched?
I would join her.
No. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So you see your divine construct party member
Domine
beginning to.
Literally, what are you doing? And we'll all kind of.
Yeah. Okay. You're all like.
I said you wanted to come. I was hoping to come back and tell us some stuff. It's
like a little kid.
Looks like a cool door.
Lincoln log.
I'm gonna say silence. Shh. We need to see what's on the other side of this. Help me. Be quiet.
So we're just going to leave.
You get the first log up.
We're not going to leave. Put the log down. We need to see there's a path and there's bodies, but there's also a way out.
And literally, if we open up this door, we'll probably have our entire welcome be rescinded by my cousin. It'll be basically an invitation to fight.
Must he know?
I'm pretty sure that anyone would know if one of the 2 gates of their entire encampment was opened and the new arrivals were gone.
Perhaps an enemy snuck in to open the doors for someone else. That's Dominic.
Either way, I don't. Either we go now or we stay.
While they're talking, I'm actually going to look in the direction that Jason was so transfixed on.
Okay.
Isn't that the direction outside of the gate?
Yeah, he's
okay.
looking. Yeah, he's looking.
Yeah, I'm actually going to look at the area that he was transfixed at, and I'm going to try to like sink into myself and just feel if there's something there that calls and beckons.
Okay.
So,
With advantage, make a religion check.
8.
Okay.
I had a 2 and a 7. I thought it was a 1 at first, so a 1 and a 2.
Do you feel inspired?
No, I was inspired.
Do you feel inspired?
Yeah.
This is pretty
do I
important.
feel inspired?
I think you feel inspired.
You might feel inspired.
I think I might feel inspired.
I want to know if there's a light at the end of this tunnel.
I think there might be.
I think you've already tapped into that reservoir.
I might have, but someone
I am
else
gifting.
Might...
Oh, are you gifting?
Now that's a good friend right there. That's why I made him Centurion.
I will allow it, but from now on you have to do it ahead of time.
Okay.
You have to gift them.
So roll a third die, or do I roll
a third die? Yes.
Or do I roll it again as if? Yeah.
Okay. Roll a third die.
Come on, Marcus.
No, I'm not that inspired.
Way to go,
It was a
dude.
good. That was a good use. That was a good use. Okay. You feel what you feel is your own nervousness, your own protectiveness, and your own anxiety for the people that you care about.
All right, that's fair. I was going to say, if I actually use a morale point to add +8 to that 7, well, an 8.
Yeah, you have to
use it before I say.
have to do it before, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like, if I did.
I will let you use that.
You can
later
guide
on if you want
yourself,
to.
by the way.
I'm going to think about this for a little bit.
Okay.
There's a reason why he's here. There's a reason why he sees what he sees. He knew he needed to be here. He has been so far correct in his assessment on things and what he sees. So I'm going to think about that for a little bit.
Okay.
And let me know when I can come back to it, if barring nothing crazy happening.
Okay. Then you may not be able to.
That's fair.
What do you
Lisa?
think, Lisa?
I'm not willing to just sit here amongst all this death and just sit and act like we're having a nice time. It is very fair. We arrived here on the island, that we want to understand what's going on here on the island, and I think your cousin would understand.
I don't think any kin of mine would have a snake like that in his camp. So I agree.
I agree too. But we should be prepared for him to send his minions after us. If he thinks that we're trying to get to a prize that he's already after.
Well, we can talk or we can go.
We can go. I'm fine.
All right. And then I'll start moving the other bracer with Melissa.
I helped him. Fuck it. He's what doing that.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Ghosts or ghouls are scary, you know.
Maliciously make with advantage because you have people helping you. Make a sleight of hand check as you're trying to minimize noise.
I'm gonna roll this one twice.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. 20.
Crit.
Yay!
Total.
Crit.
Oh, total?
It's a crit, right?
No, with
you
advantage, it's just 20.
By myself.
Yeah, it's crit.
Okay, so it's a natural.
It's a natural 20.
Yeah.
It's a sleight of hand, so what is your sleight of hand plus?
Oh, that would be 23.
23.
Nice.
Okay. You are oddly quiet with this.
That's right.
As you set it down, you're kind of vibing with the logs. You're understanding the log. You're understanding how the log wants to be handled.
This door is no longer confusing to you.
This is what a waterwood feels like.
Kind of, yeah. And you do. That's a good one, Corey. You actually do. You remember seeing some of the Kithki waterwoods manipulating, like clay, wood under their touch, under their gifted touch, and instead you kind of mimic that. You manage to get the logs out. Do you? Where do you want to put them relative to this gate?
I'm gonna help her carry him, and I want to carry him to the other side of the gate so we can bar it from that side.
It
lock
swings
them
in though, right?
Does it swing in, or is it just locked?
It kind of.
I would imagine it would go both.
No, it goes. It generally swings in, so that's it.
You're not gonna be able to prop it.
Oh, okay, I just figured that they were just wooden, kind of hinge on, and they just did that because they didn't expect anyone to try to push it out.
Otherwise, people.
Because at that point, we could just open it.
Otherwise they could just pull.
Pull it,
Okay.
and then they fall down.
Oh yeah. No, I mean,
Engineering.
They're just wedging
Not
it.
my
Okay.
strong suit.
Not my strong suit.
My wife's strong suit, so I know a little bit about it probably.
Okay.
So where do you want to put the logs?
I'd
You
want
can
to
carry them on the other side if you want to make it a bitch for them to brace. That's fine.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you drag. That is an aggressive move.
So much for starting to say to their brother. Yeah.
All right, you drag them. Who's feeling lucky out of the group?
That would not be me today.
You're feeling lucky.
I've been rolling pretty good.
You get the, yeah.
Make a roll.
Come on.
That's a 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
You continue to not have anybody show up.
That's right.
You drag the logs out.
Close the gate.
You close the gate. Now, if obviously people are going to notice that the logs aren't bracing it anymore, but there you go. Okay. You step out as soon as you step out. I mean, pretty much the moment you step out, you
While we were moving those two,
start to feel a pressure.
Just would I be able to tell Mirk to go and cut the ropes for the ballistas and for the catapults? Sabotage them.
That's what you want me to do. Oh.
While we were moving them, kind of like a red. If not, then we'll just go.
We're really going all out now.
Damn.
I mean, hey, do it right the first time. That guy's got zombies.
I will do it when you command. It will be if we're not returning here. I assume, dumbly.
I don't plan to.
Okay.
All right, then I will do sneak and try to do those.
Make a stealth roll.
And how far away are they from the gate? Pretty close.
Ballista,
Yeah.
etc. Probably about 50 feet.
That is going to be a 17.
You're small.
Easy enough because nobody because nobody's coming up. Really, so you start cutting it. You know that you are essentially burning the ships behind you now.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
That's why I asked if you really want me to do this. If we're not coming back.
I mean, you're the hand that's doing it, so.
Well, I mean, truly, Avad gave us a deal and he said it would be safe, and it's nothing but that. So
you finish mangling. You get one. You get the other. There's a catapult further in, but you're like, nah, I'm not going to press unless you want to press your luck. But you feel like that'd be pushing it.
I'll leave that one.
Okay.
I'll got rid of all the ones I can.
that's fine. I'm proud of you. Thank you.
All right. As you step out, there is a pressure. It's subtle, but you just feel a pressure in the air the moment that you cross that threshold.
Like a bubble.
Yeah, I just want to lead in to be like, Jason, take us to where the lights are.
I'll try.
Hold them out like a beacon.
The dice are glowing.
Yeah.
It clicks so faster. Yeah.
And as we as we wend our way toward intermission, little Jason puts his hand in yours, swallows, and starts walking.
No.
I will stay ahead of him. Like Jason, well, I'll follow. My lord.
Yeah, we all go.
And I will stay. I'll pace ahead a little bit and kind of be like 10 feet in front of him as he's walking in a direction.
Actually, I'd make you perpendicular to him. I don't want you to go before him in case
Okay.
we see something else.
All right, I'll scout then as well.
Okay. All right. That's where
no return.
That's where we'll pause. I'll go ahead and throw the trivia question out here. This one should be, some of you probably know this off the top of your head, but here we go. So, Figulus Neus actually changed this era of will working by inventing what mighty act of will?
Pie.
Everyone knows that.
It's always pie, right?
Okay.
Old hats.
We will see you in about 15. Thank you so much.
I don't feel good.
Why limit your imagination? In the tabletop role-playing space, customization is everything, especially when it comes to your character. Whether you're a player, a painter, or a master of tales, your character is what matters most. Using high-quality, fully customizable miniatures, you can be built for battle with Eldritch Foundry.
Greetings, weary travelers, and welcome to Constructed Chaos, a channel dedicated to all things D&D, including live play streams and podcasts, 3D printing, painting, crafting, homebrew content, and guides for players and dungeon masters alike. Join our Discord for even more special benefits, announcements, and free downloadable content. And until next time, go out there and make some chaos.
Welcome back. So, bit of a scramble here as things have moved around, but we will persevere. So, the answer to the trivia question is, of course, Zed. That is the active will. That is Figulus Naeus' magnum opus.
Good old Zed.
That he used, and the enacting of it forever changed how will working, aka magic, works in this world. There's a before and after, and he basically is the reason why human sorcerers exist now, a la Griff, who use magic in a very different way. All right.
Easy, A to Z.
I'm going to break, because this is live television, and apparently...
Candle of
A little harmony in there. That's good.
We're gonna have to dig there. Yeah.
Do we need a new lighter? Is that what we need?
No. Justin, if you could send someone in here with the tape measure, because I thought that I had put the tape measure in my little jam cubby, and I appear to be mistaken. Otherwise, I will eyeball it. Should it come to that, of course, you're all going to be friends. Nothing nefarious or difficult is going to happen.
No
right?
battle.
Okay, clearly. So,
for initiative of friendship.
You're going.
We're initiating lots
Which
of
one of you guys
friendship.
is the nicest?
Yeah. Lots of networking.
Whom is leading the charge?
I'll be directly behind Jason.
And I'm
I'll
next
be
to
walking
Jason,
right next
so
to him.
it's...
I guess I'm in the front of Jason.
Jason's in the front. He's
he's leading the way.
He's
Never
leading.
and we need somebody.
Well, actually, we could be direct. Yeah.
I go in the back. I'll go in the
Standing
back.
with
I'll be with you.
Yes, and you have range too.
In a minute.
Party order.
Pass him over.
There she is.
There she is.
They'll break.
I want to be gently.
brought over there.
Yeah, they'll break. Be careful about
Okay.
tossing these things,
And I try to
guys.
slide.
Oops.
That's not bad.
We have an Elishly. We have a Marcus. We have a Jason.
Hi, Jason.
He's a
Thank you,
Jason.
Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa.
He's pretty.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I think so.
A little
All
runner.
right, we'll figure it out.
Oh my god, Jason's so fast.
She's so fast.
And we have
Wonderful.
Ooh, a hand.
Mystery hand.
over there, Mystery Hand.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, we'll set it for standard movement. Thank you. Okay, we've got these friends, and actually, I'm gonna hold off on that. So, yay, T-Rex arms. We'll see. This will be fun. All right. So Jason is in
and
front.
Wesa.
And America's next to Jason.
All right.
I'll be behind them.
So really, I'm just gonna put for a visual marker.
Vivius.
Sure.
I will
And we're
put
in
down
Initially. Yeah, so we'll do like
We're in the back.
3 and 4. Yeah.
right where these die 8 are at. That's where the gate
think
goes.
it might be a good time to help me into my armor.
Yeah.
Oh right.
It might be a good time to help me into my armor.
Marcus is
When we find it clearing,
Like, we might not have time.
we need a little.
Okay, so are you putting your armor? Are you staying there and putting on articulated plate, or are you moving right outside of the gate?
I mean, I can put the collar and the helmet on at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, how much can he do while he's walking? And how much of a turn would that be?
He's not going to be.
Can I put like a helmet on? Like,
You, I would give a roll for that, but
Okay.
not him.
What if I just dress him like a baby?
as we're walking.
Hard, but maybe.
Okay, let's get a little bit of distance and then start putting him on.
Okay.
Just so we're out.
We
of
don't
it.
need any eyes to spot
Shield's
us.
coming out though, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I have my shield and my pylon too.
So we've got Jason in the front.
He's
Yes.
leading.
Jason, Wesa, and Merrick.
We don't need mace. If something attacks us, guys, we want those. Well,
He'll be the one
up
to
to
see it
you,
first.
but
All right. And America's going.
He's holding her hand right now.
I'm next. I was supposed to be parallel with.
Yeah, that's right.
Like here.
Yeah.
Okay. Initially
I'm at the back with Marcus.
with Marcus. Okay.
And where's Vivius?
In the center.
Vivius will be next to me.
Titus, and you're going to be in the center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good lord.
Or actually, well, yeah.
Center. Mm-hmm. Okay. I was going to use this, but hold on. Thank you all. I think y'all will appreciate this.
Is it a Nutini?
No, we're not putting Phineas is not a Nutini.
Those are less scary than Toby.
No, I was going to use a red one just to kind of like denote it, but I actually think it's more interesting if we use Beacon Gaius.
Are we heading back into the forest
So
area? Is that...
No, this looks like you are moving out to more desolation. Forest would be like
the other. Okay.
all like that quadrant that you came from.
And are we walking on the cobblestones like path that it looked like?
You're about to get to the cobblestone path here.
Okay.
And then about to get to the cobblestone path here. Does ignore that, cuts through, and then can you see this alley from where you're sitting? Mm-hmm. Like how it can you see the cobblestones on it?
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and it looks like there is a path. It looks like there is a path due north that way.
Okay. And the bricks, that's the masonry you're
Yes.
talking about? Wow.
Yes. Yeah. No. You clearly, Barolus's expedition was not the first to get here. In fact, now that you're out here and you're looking at it, this right here, these crates, the pylon, etc., the supplies over here, that looks like, and this ballista over here, or sorry, catapult over here, it looks like they were attempting, which makes no sense, by the way. Like you're like, okay, what are you sieging?
Shooting something.
And that's in the range on that. If something's killing, their bodies and bones all through here, if something's killing people left and right, that is not going to help you. But this, it looks like, and you couldn't really see this inside, there was an attempt, or there have been several attempts at expanding the camp. And so like this stuff at one point would have been included inside of the camp, hence the funnel, Corey. From earlier, but those are all destroyed now. They're just splinters, logs, corpse. Well, actually, nothing fresh. So putrid reminders of the failures of this expedition. That's about it.
Who had the dome? The side of the dome?
Jason
did. Last thing is you see here that there are. It looks like there are pretty generous cooking pots. Again, clay, bench or a table, little benches, that sort of thing. So people were out here.
So I'll ask you, as you're walking, Jason, does the dome end where were the doors, so this other area is not part of it?
I'm not sure I follow you, Merrick. And he's really on edge now, just looking around. You can feel him, his hand shaking in yours.
Just continue forward then. It's not that important.
Okay, and you're staying with him, Merrick.
No, I bet the dome there's a magical dome over this area.
It's away from, it's in the distance.
Yeah, it's
You're
about
seeing it north. It wasn't a dome over the camp.
Oh, no, there wasn't a dome over the camp.
No, it was the size of the camp.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the dome. It was the size, roughly.
That. Okay.
The size of the camp. Okay. Fair enough. There was a lot going on. No, it's a ways. Okay, so you start.
And my eyes are like a hawk. I am listening and looking. I'll also see. Again, the tracks are not that. I already seen the tracks out here or not.
The tracks are out here, and the tracks end rather abruptly.
Domine. Hold.
So the tracks start.
Already in danger.
The tracks start probably about by the time you hit this strip of cobblestone, going across.
Tracks stop at the cobblestone. There's something that happens. I fear.
The dome is north. Always north.
Okay, and you continue on.
Use my backpack and put it around in the front to protect my chest until and like trying.
You're the one who didn't want to wear armor.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
You carry it. I will pull out an arrow and kind of have it in front of me. I just want to see if something happens when we cross this barrier.
Okay. This isn't the full movement, but I'm just kind of getting the party. Getting the party away.
Since I have my bow out, probably. I will have my bow out, by the way. It's strung.
Okay, bow is out and strung. Any other preparations anyone wants to make?
Yeah, Pylum and shield.
Shield's up.
Winter's Harvest is out.
Pylum and shield. Winter's Harvest is readied.
Venomed arrow.
Venomed arrow. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Bow's out and strung. Fair enough. And pretty much.
Can you envenom Merrick's arrow?
As soon as you hit that, you see something start to almost bubble up in the middle of all of this bone as it clatters and the skulls kind of run down. And then it stops.
Oh, it's like the bubble thing.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
The bubble guy.
Keep going.
Jason, what do you, does he have a better description of what we might have been seeing or hearing?
He's sweating now. You see the white tunic that he wears is plastered to his chest. I don't know, but it's like these things that just pop up. There wasn't anything there just a couple flickers ago, and now there is.
What color are they?
It's dark and black and big, and there are at least 2 of them under that pile.
Us crossing the line triggered that. I fear.
Can we walk around them?
I have no idea. I can take you away from them if you want.
I would like that, Jason. And please, calm yourself. We'll be fine. We always are.
I look at the path and from a non-Jason perspective. Is there obviously a like from a terrain perspective a better way to skirt around this? If at all?
I think you would know the best.
Not really. Not if your goal is north. There are plenty. I mean, you can double back around the Palisades either way and kind of skirt the Palisades if you want.
Circle slightly wide of that.
You can try.
I'm pointing over at the ballista and beelining it basically towards that pile of worm. Yeah,
exactly.
So
over here.
Yeah, so it's pointed towards the pile of bubble stuff.
Okay.
Is that what it's doing?
No, he's looking to see if that's where it's pointed at.
Yeah, I'm not moving it myself.
It does. I already kind of answered that.
It goes way over.
But Marcus doesn't know that. So Marcus, make a raw intelligence check.
Nope. 7.
7. Okay, so no, you wouldn't know that. Yeah.
I suggest we avoid not going straight into.
All right, so he's making a beeline. Basically, I assume you're going around the crate.
No, I was just looking at it. I was pointing at it and then
pointing and looking.
I heard you said you were making a beeline.
I
means
was
you're
pointing at a beeline from there to there. Not
assessing.
Assessing. I'm sorry. Where it would have been. If
Line
people
of
were
sight,
actually
not a
fighting
beeline.
it, if people were actually fighting it, trying to get past it, would they have brought this out to use against
don't
it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Claire.
Remember, we are all just. They are not.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Okay.
Maybe we head a little bit. I guess is it west or east from here to the right around?
Jason will lead us.
East. So you want?
Yeah.
Okay. He exhales. He looks over there. No, if there's been violence there, we don't want to go there. So he rolls the catapult out, and he starts taking y'all back here, and then pauses again. Looks, and as soon as he comes up to about, so I'm gonna just move Jason.
The whole.
Yeah,
all
the
of us
whole
together.
entourage is on him. As soon as he moves over here,
There's no way.
I'm sure they're guarding it. Whatever's here. They have some kind of protection.
I can try to move us way out and come around. Maybe it'll be far enough that those things won't follow us. You want me to try?
Guardians of some sort.
I mean, I trust you.
I trust you too, Jason.
I trust you, Jason.
We'll be fine.
Do you want me to run?
Not alone, no.
We can't keep up.
I know,
He is fast, though.
but
Where would
probably
you
neither
run
can
to?
they.
Where would you run to?
To the dome, Wesa.
And then what would you do?
I don't know. Maybe die.
For what?
Whatever we do, we'll do it together.
Yeah.
I appreciate your offer. It's understood. But that's not a good plan.
Okay.
Let's move together.
Vibia says, Domini, if we have if we have 10 flickers or so, maybe now would be a time for me to use my materials.
I was just thinking the same thing.
But he looks back at the camp and the sabotaged gear that's just past the gate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we do or not. Your call, of course. What should I do?
Prepare.
Yes.
And I'll start putting on his armor.
Okay.
I will assist if we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kneeling down, trying to get as much big wall around us that we can if there's any near us.
The two of you swiftly, accurately help Marcus, really dress him, but help Marcus don his armor. And as that's going on, you hear Vibius begin to mutter under his breath. From the homebrew.
Is it detect magic?
Sententia. Okay. So yeah, I'll use Sententia for this. Sententia Armis. Sententia Rigo. Armis Sententia. Rigo Armis. He gets his other hand. He takes the grimoire out, squats down, and will you look up the material components for that, Toby? I don't remember that off the top of my head in this edition.
Detect?
Yeah. And he runs through maybe 5 or 6 different permutations of that phrase, kneeling down behind one of the crates as this is going on, and then just keep it on that page. All right. Flickers pass. You're finished. Range?
It's 30 feet.
No, 30. Yeah.
Verbal somatic.
Yeah. And then what are the components? Because that's what he has to pull out.
It's just verbal somatic.
Oh, really? Okay. There are no all right. I thought there were. He's not. Okay. Here's because there's a whole thing about chosen and non-chosen with will working. So he several times. Then he pauses and he actually has to take his fat grimoire and start moving it around for to punctuate what he's doing. Sweat rolls down his face. Make an arcanum check for him. Arcana check.
16 just flat. It was for him, right?
Yeah, for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he has a bonus to
It
it.
would be
but,
0 if it was me. Yeah.
He looks up. His eyes look far away. Someplace, kind of 1,000-yard stare, 30 feet any road. It's enacted, Domini. I'm in the state. Hell of a headache afterward, but it doesn't matter if I'm dead. All right. Let me see.
Marcus, this island is a place of light. Perhaps you should try and find some here. Perhaps a prayer.
You have to actually get closer to that. Okay. He says, he's sweating bullets now. Sweating slingstone bullets. If you want me to go up?
If you're willing to, I'll go with you.
Do I pray first?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to take a knee.
Okay.
Grab my amulet. And if I can actually put a little bit of light with the cantrip that I just on the inside of my hand without actually blazing and beacon it. Lord of Light, we are here, your humble servants, to find the resting place is somewhat important to all of us. Guide us on this path. Show us the way we need to go. I humbly ask of you.
You feel the presence of the divine. Something vastly larger than yourself. Unimaginably so, actually.
Does it feel like my divine?
Where do you don't know.
Okay.
Where do you direct it? Where do you invite it?
Like, direct it from me outwards or into me?
Outwards.
Okay. I'm imagining like a wave, like kind of going out with a, if he's willing to show us this path, with a wave of light that might actually like guide us.
Kind of like their intro video. I like that.
Yeah. Ooh, like a phoenix guiding us like that.
I feel like I've seen that somewhere.
Take a religion check, Marcus.
Okay. And in case I need to, I will definitely be using morale on this. Should I tell you that now, or do I need to make it as I make it?
That's a good question. You need to use it. You need to declare it now, and
I will
spend
declare
it
it
now. Okay.
Nuesa, let's follow your nose too.
18, 19.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, 7 on the morale.
Well, that's good. You tap into this burgeoning esprit de corps amongst the fellowship, and you can feel yourself buoyed by the presence not just of the divine, but also of your comrades. After you've been through so much together already, a part of you can't help but trace your journey from Pollux, you and your people's journey, inextricably intertwined, all the way from Pollux up to Germentum, and now to this far, far shore. Before I tell you what you feel, are you also invoking a formal blessing, or are you just asking for guidance?
I'll invoke a formal blessing.
Okay. Who are the 3 people that you direct that light to, as you begin to glow?
Jason.
Okay.
Merrick.
My first time experiencing it.
And
you feel a profound warmth settle into your bones that's neither the Magna Mater nor the Mistress.
And Titus, because I question his faith as is.
On a strength, you feel a strength and comfort inside of you as this suffuse golden light enters you and buoys you.
And it's attributed to Marcus, as always. Yeah. All right.
Okay. And Randy, you are currently concentrating.
Here's my concentration.
So yeah, okay, good. Yeah, thought we had that.
There are blessed rings too.
And there are blessed rings as well.
I have one right here.
Actually, let me grab your blessed ring. I love it that I love it that some of the players take it upon themselves to just grab blessed. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You want to be blessed.
All day, every day.
We have two more.
I only grabbed hexed. What does that say about me?
I thought you had blessed.
And it's pink.
I
guess you had
And it's pink too.
I know, it says sassy.
So you had Titus and you had Merrick. Okay.
Is everyone blessed there but me? I'm just
No.
trying
Oh
to...
no,
can only use
I'm
3
not
people.
blessed either.
I can only use 3 people.
Yeah.
Okay,
And Vibius,
Naturally
the
blessed.
second mate, is also not blessed. Okay, so you're going with him?
Yeah. And was there anything out late of a
Do I detect anything from that?
Oh, sorry.
Path, yeah.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to go unless if.
You know that Titus is right on a broad level. Not that you had much doubt before, but you know that your path lays beyond the end of this grade, and that north always north is still true. The phrase that pops into your head, do you want me to whisper it to you, or do you want me to say it out loud to the table?
I'm going to say it to the rest of the group.
Okay, as it comes to you?
It comes to me.
All right. So you hear Marcus say, "The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak."
What does that mean, Marcus?
It came to me as I said, so it can mean a bunch of things, but I think it means that I might not be strong enough to do what I'm trying to do here. The spirit is willing, but I'm still relatively young at this. It could mean that.
Or it could mean our physical body, flesh.
It could mean that too.
Our spirits are stronger together as well as our flesh.
Yeah.
And I'll start going up with him.
Okay. All right.
Comes as it comes.
And you're going to get 30 feet away. I'm not normally this punctilious, but this is important. All right. So we're about there. Okay, and Vibius is a smart and cautious man, so he, as soon as to the step, a moment, Domini.
Of course.
These things clatter,
Angels,
even more.
The note, I'm going to turn and look back to see if I see anything on the gate side.
So far, so good.
Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm trying.
Go ahead and make a perception roll.
Not bad. That will be perception.
Yeah.
That is a 29.
Pretty good.
If there's somebody to see, they're not there.
Long gone now.
They're long gone now, right? Or you are also aware that if Capio has some of the same capacities as Katrin, it could be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
If he's actually able to weave glamours and put them around himself.
I will also listen, which might help me as well.
So Vibius, noted with the 29. Vibius takes a knee and is straining. It's beyond a master's touch. Didas Metellus. And he's shaking and sweating too.
Folly.
Huh?
Is this folly?
Maybe.
I like your confidence. I'll stay with
He says, constructed. It was laid. He turns and with a sudden inspiration he turns and he the second mate, his eyes fix on you maliciously and he looks right. He turns back to you. Can something be crude and a masterpiece at the same time? If so, that's what I'm looking at. She's exquisite. I can see the patterns of mana and even guess at how they were laid so they were permanized. So they were literally mana-made flesh. I think I'm looking at something similar. I mean, that level of skill, she was made by a fucking goddess, right? So it's like that. There's something else I'm not picking up. I can't see what the boy can, but like this entire place has some sort of repeating pattern to it. Damn it, why couldn't I have been born in the river?
Is it all together? It's all itself? It's all alive?
As far as I can see, but that's only a few paces out. I mean, about 30 feet.
You think it can be reasoned with?
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm wondering if I could sense the deity ruling here.
Make a religion check.
Yay.
18.
You already know that it's none of the ones that you've grown up with or perhaps even encountered before. But I did lower the DC in my head, Tatiana, because you asked a very specific question. Otherwise it would have been north of 20, pun intended. You're taken aback a bit because it feels both familiar and quite alien at the same time. And you don't know how to square that circle unless you as the player understand it. But your character receives that info and she's not quite sure what to do with that. One would seem to, of necessity, rule out the other. And
Mayor turns.
You have friends.
Finally.
You have friends.
More friends.
And your friends, this one climbs out. All right, Justin. I'm finally gonna admit that T-Rex arms just aren't gonna do it. So. I finally, and this one is deliberately turned the wrong direction. But you've got the Buster brothers there, and they're larger than those, but they're not gigantic. They're merely 7 feet tall or so. Yeah, no problem.
Little guys.
You see them. One of them, the one facing you, looks like he's a porcupine. Mm-hmm. He's got so many friggin' arrows stuck into him that that it actually could make hitting him difficult. The other one merely has, a couple score of arrows stuck into him, mainly into his back. There's both an emptiness and some sort of red, ghastly energy inside of their eyes that lights their ways. Merrick, what would you like to do at a 20 dexterity?
I would like to first pray to the Great Mother. Done me with these unliving things. Can I pretty quickly assess, as hopefully a free action, that arrows probably aren't going to do a trick based on what I'm seeing?
You are free to make that deduction.
I will move up my distance. How far are they from me?
You can get a clean shot from where you're at.
About roughly from you, roughly 55.
I'll move up next to Titus then, and then fire. That way I can move my movement of 30 up to Titus.
25. Yeah. Because you have short
That
legs.
should be about right.
Short legs, you will not make it to him because they're 30.
As close as I can and still fire.
Okay. Cutting that way to his right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're about here. You have a clean shot. Really another one. Remember, because you do have that steadying divine presence on you, you get to roll an extra die 4 to hit.
Kithki. Does the Kithki mother connect here? No, that's a good question.
That is a good question. That is a good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
What a great question.
And fortunately for you, you have never felt this before. You feel her rising up from inside of you. It's not the environment.
Ooh, it's like she's with me internally.
That's right.
You're
She has not abandoned you. All right, go ahead and reroll.
She is you.
Yeah.
So you fire. It's completely off, and good old wind out of nowhere. It blows
I haven't rolled second time
It
yet.
potentially blows it back onto path.
I take comfort. Merrick obviously takes comfort in knowing that that's now internal, and he feels it at least. That she
At least in the moment, it's
in the moment. And that would be a 22
with the plus.
Yeah, plus 3.
Oh, I have plus 3.
Just
15,
25.
25.
Okay. Were you aiming for anywhere in particular on it?
Let's do
Eyeball.
eyeball, head, mouth. Yeah.
Right in the elbow head.
One specific.
right in the eyeball. Right in the eyeball
I want
mouth.
to have some skewered eyeball of whatever this is.
Fucking hit it, you know? Yeah, just smash it.
Go ahead and roll damage.
I love it. Well, this is a D8 actually for this thing.
Yep, it's D8. Sorry, guys.
What king?
7 plus. Where are we at here? That is 20. That's right, 10.
I was about to say, okay, that's some interesting math.
I can't remember. Does the bless actually add to damage too, or just for the?
No, it's just for the checks.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Nothing. You just kind of some kinetic force jiggles in the pack.
Damn it!
We don't have a catcher anymore. So I think Wesa, you're up.
Wesa is up. Wesa is up.
I'm sorry. You know what? I should have said this before. Jason takes his action
First, probably.
first before you.
That's a lot of dexterity.
Baby.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say he would have moved up. He would have run up to here because he's not really sure what to do. And he threw a stone at one of them. He picks up some of
I would advise him to stand behind me.
a loose cobblestone.
If he was running up during that time.
And throws it.
Yeah. All right.
He didn't see him until he was already there. Just. He actually manages to hit. You can't tell if it hurts.
It explodes.
Boy, that'd be.
What the hell rock was that?
Sorry about that, Wesa. I just have to get used to little Jason.
Wesa would also move up. She also doesn't know what to do because
Where do you want to move to, hon?
I would like to move behind Merrick
Okay, done.
and
Right behind him or off to the side so you have a shot?
off to the side.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if she can get any sense of the quality of their energy, what they're.
Not really.
I don't really know.
There's not much to work with here.
Are they even like do they seem defensive, or do they just seem like they're like boulders?
They seem like they're about to come thundering down on you
Thundering.
with their long legs.
Their long legs. Well, okay. Can I shoot after moving up a bit, or no?
And you can. And I guess I should add at this point, so they don't look like they're breathing, but their flesh, which is stitched together in appearance, it's expanding. Their bodies are expanding and contracting instead of just their chest. And since you did take a moment to see, you can see faces sticking out of the side of them. I'm going to try to not go too overboard, Allie.
Soup's looking a lot better now.
Okay. I will not continue to describe, but you can imagine what's hanging off of them.
That episode.
They're multiple bodies
They're
stitched together. is what you're
multiple bodies. Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Yeah.
Kind of a leg sticking out here and an arm sticking out there.
Like so cute.
I
you're
guess
firing?
I'll shoot an envenomed arrow in the stomach of the one that's not a porcupine.
Okay, go ahead.
It soon might become.
18.
It pierces. Their hide is pretty thick. It reminds you of an Arpo hide, at least. It's dense. It's a lot tougher than normal flesh. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's been a while. I'm gonna do it though.
1d6 -1 as your starter, and then 1d6 for poison.
Okay. That will be 7.
Okay, and how much on the poison? 3?
3 on the poison.
Okay.
Sorry. 4 on the.
Yeah. So you see Wace's arrows hits, and it actually does seem to. It makes a noise, whereas you may as well have just been spitting on it.
Yeah, I'm deducting that.
I need to envenom
magic
everything I
damage.
can then.
By the way, does Angel just want to make sure, because I'm using a short bow now, not a long bow, it's a D6?
Oh, sorry.
That's why
you're
I was
right. No,
wondering.
no, you're right.
It didn't matter
You're right.
probably anyways, that last roll, but
It didn't.
in the
It didn't.
future.
Yeah, no, good call. Okay, Nelishla, you're up.
I'm gonna get into. Do I have a gap that I can finagle my ray of desiccation through in front of me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can probably get to about
Not pain?
there.
What? Oh yeah. Sorry. Ray of desiccation and pain.
And pain. Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, I'm going to shoot at the one facing the other way. Is he just like a bit? He's just a bit out of it.
That was the one who just got plunked.
But he's still facing the other way.
Yeah.
He's not really like clocking where we.
They seem sluggish. At least in reaction time.
And he's the only one that's got hit at this point.
Yeah.
All right, let's test their metal. I'm gonna shoot my ray of desiccation and pain at him.
All right.
All right.
You feel that uncanny force come up into your hand, project it forward.
All right.
Hey.
What do I add to this one? Plus 5. Plus 5.
It's
24.
always
24.
Yes.
You strike. You see the flesh. The flesh begin to react. Go ahead and roll.
Let's see that flesh. Yeah.
I never understand these numbers.
That's 2.
2 plus 3 equals 5.
5. Okay.
It's always 5.
A little.
It heals 5 and
A
grows.
little bit of that flakes. A little bit of him flakes off.
Okay. I'd like
Actually, it's
to.
back.
I'd like to take a. How far away is he from me?
About 35 feet. Let me look.
35 feet?
This actually does matter because I know what you're gonna. I think I know what you're gonna do.
Totally.
You never know what she's gonna do next.
You know what? I'll give it to you.
Yeah?
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
All right. I am going to.
'Cause they're
Well,
pretty
just
big.
confirming it's past 10 feet. We're past 10
Way
feet.
past 10.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing a Scorn of the Night.
Good.
Yes. And I've got a little hexie here.
Just for him.
Yep.
Okay. So describe what that looks like.
It's been a while since I've cast this spell. Okay, so I can't remember exactly how I did this, but
This will be fun.
it's like a "Rah!" right? I
Yeah,
have like
yeah,
a
yeah,
spell.
yeah. You have
it's
to
like,
scream.
"Rah!"
Yeah,
that was 100%.
And like this
That's what it was.
darkness like comes up out of the ground around me and like flies directly into the
Nice.
that thing.
Unerringly, like it curves as the thing starts to turn, and it looked like it might have turned away from it. It just these kind of writhing shadows just bend around and leach onto the back, affix to the back and spread.
Yeah.
And now it's a larger target than normal, but they're still making the rounds. What facet of this creature do you want to weaken? Because you get one ability that it now has a disadvantage
I
on.
mean, I would assume its strength is pretty big, so I'll probably do strength.
Okay.
Nice.
Marcus, you're at a 12, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You and Vibius are going at the same time, but you have a higher wisdom, so you're going first.
I'm going to move up behind Wesa and Nilishli.
Okay.
Kind of in between them. And I am going to use my Holy Fire, which is unerringly hits whatever creature that I'm. So far, it's always unerringly hit. It's always unerringly hit.
The Firewalker, the Utini Fire worker did sidestep at that one time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it will always attempt to get to the target. Yeah. Okay.
Can I use the cantrip and the Holy Fire at the same time, or is that two different?
It's an action and a bonus action you can.
It feels like I believe you can use a cantrip and a leveled spell in the same round. If it's a bonus action, yeah.
Okay.
But not available. Not what you're doing here.
Gotcha. Okay, then I'm just gonna let it.
You do have a means, because I did say that you could find your way to any of these paths. I'm just going to outright tell you this, Randy. Even though you're great about being rules averse, and I appreciate that deeply.
Sure.
You do have. Do you remember when Allie said he's doing fucking Reiki on Griff? Were you doing it from a distance?
Oh yeah. Oh, I see.
I believe that is a bonus action. So you could use this flame and then try to heal someone, but it's much weaker than touching them.
I gotcha.
Obviously, you don't want to try to heal one of these guys, I'm assuming.
Well, no. I mean, I'm dead, so I'm kind of thinking that it might actually work as damage, but we'll see. I don't know yet. So,
that's your 3.5 brain there, but yeah, which I appreciate. Okay, all right.
That said, I'm going to.
Yeah, so not the most agile of creatures. I'm assuming you're laying up on the same gentleman. All right,
we're just piling damage.
Go ahead and roll a die 8. As the flame strikes true. All right, as that tears into him, actually gets some traction into the shoulder, and then it runs out on this side, and your hand, you feel those nettles in your hand again. The beauty of this, of your deity answering your call, and then the moment ends. All right. Oh, God. Yeah, Vibius is like, thanks.
To me, Vibius.
And he hightails it back. He does look like he's trying to lift up one of the larger, it's not quite to scale. He's trying to lift up one of the abandoned pylum.
Oh, okay.
And throw that.
I have some on me.
He's not going to presume to grab your person.
Yeah.
And he is not going to throw it from that range, though. All right, so that's what he does, and that's it. And now your good friends get to come.
What about Domini?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, after seeing that the arrow didn't do anything, but the fire did, I'm going to take out an arrow bladder and huck it at him. Is he still on fire from the holy fire?
It's spiritual damage.
No, it's spiritual. Yeah, so it doesn't.
Vibius, do you smoke?
Yeah, doesn't continue to burn.
Anybody smoke?
You are a little far for the bladder. Let me check the far range on that. Do you want to get, if you are at disadvantage, you want to move up?
I don't know how else that we would be able to set it on fire.
Do you want to move up?
It would require something other one.
I know, it was
Or do you still want to huck it from that?
Yeah, you know what? I'll throw an Arpo bladder on him, and if anybody can do something with fire,
attach it to a pylon and just.
That's what I was thinking. If I could attach it to a pylon, just kind of shish kebab him.
This is another thing I should know off the top of my head. Bladder. Yeah, I'm going to say it's probably that. Yeah, so 20. I'm going to say about 20 feet. So you're going to need to get a little bit closer to them to not be a disadvantage.
That's fine. I'll walk up 5.
Okay.
Is that to be at advantage?
No,
just to be at straight.
Now you're 0.
Okay.
Now you're zeroed out.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, go for it.
All right. That is a 1.
Oh
no.
Plus 2.
Total of
3.
With Dex. No, with Dex.
Oh, sorry.
5.
5.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it finally reacts. A beefy hand.
Swats it away.
Swats away, and
I'll move back and I'll go in front of Jason.
Okay.
Protect him like a shield. Or like a sentinel. Mm-hmm. I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one takes its turn, orients itself. Kind of turned around, saw the bladder coming at it, and starts to charge. The other one. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The other one doesn't make quite the same noises. It spends half of its movement kind of orienting itself, but I think it's still going to get to you.
And I'm also going to call out to Vibius to have him open the gate door.
No, it is not.
Going back?
No, they're going in.
I don't know.
Okay. And then this one.
It's a little kite action, huh?
This one, you get to see one of these guys in full flight as the legs extend, and once it gets a head of steam behind it, it's actually quite quick. And so, we're gonna do it, guys. So this thing runs almost by you, almost to where you can take a hack at it. And it just bypasses all of this and looks like it's running over here. Straight toward Vibius.
Mm-hmm.
20.
I am going to drop my bow, pull out my shield and sword, and run at the thing running towards Vibius.
Okay.
And intercept it.
Okay. With your kithky legs.
Yes.
You are just gonna get there, my friend.
But I want to be close enough to be able to swing. So
Yeah, that's as far as that's as far as you can get.
Great Mother, help me!
Wait. Okay, you run up to it. All right. Yeah. What you get here? For a second, I had in my head that you were gonna hold like a ready your action as it came by, but it's fine. It's good. Go ahead.
That looks pretty good to me.
It's a crit with a with a 1.
Sweet. Okay. You hack into it. So yeah, double the dice.
10, 13.
Nice.
Okay. And Corey, as you crit, what disadvantage do you want to impose on it? Do you want to see if it falls over, stumbles? Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see if it like falls down.
Okay.
Yeah. To get it prone. Maybe hack a leg off or something.
Well done.
Yeah.
So you get it. You get right into that crevice of the hip. You turn off, rip, tear, and the thing actually goes down this way.
Kind
of skitters.
Like a little side, because it's pretty tall, right?
Oh yeah, about 7.
It's 7 Mercs in a trench.
It's several. It's BoJack Horseman, in a Kithky trench coat. Okay.
Ticket for 1.
Oh God, I keep forgetting Jason, man, because I'm sorry. I'm not used to somebody being faster than you in a combat.
That's right.
Especially on your side.
Jason does have that gladius I gave him.
He does. He's at disadvantage with it though.
Yeah.
Okay, he's
probably better than a rock.
He's real crazy. He jumps, and he lands on top of this.
What?
What's he doing?
And he's stabbing.
Oh, he's stabbed.
He takes his knife out and stabs.
Makes it a straight roll.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Is that an
do you get?
alley reaction
go to
to a
bed?
1, or is that my reaction to a 20?
Good news is
Well, you're rolling more
There's so
dice.
many different environments.
Jason
rolling more
becomes an
dice.
aid to me, which is nice.
So he has a perfectly aimed shot to the base of its spine. That's about as far as he could get. He slips it in, and you see, for Merrick, since you're right on top of it, almost literally, you see the vertebrae kind of moving around a little bit, and he twists, and it looks like
It was a 1. No, I'm kidding.
okay. He's trying to pop one of the vertebrae out of this thing.
Jason.
Didn't know you had any, babe.
Things were hard on the ship, guys.
But
a long life.
the veins on the forehead
With Evander teaches him.
stand out. The veins on his forehead stand out. Well, no, because you're here, so he's gonna fight really hard.
Oh. He loves ya.
But he doesn't quite have the weight and might to finish it, so the vertebrae stays in. Okay, now Wesa.
Well, good job, Jason.
Stay on it, boy.
I'm gonna run over to.
Try and.
The order does matter because I would have got a D6 extra. Just if that would have happened.
Go ahead and roll.
You sure?
Go ahead and roll the extra d6. Yeah. No. That's
it's
GM.
distracted.
Yeah, I'm not used
Another
to
4.
Huzzah.
You're gonna need it, so yeah. Okay.
I don't like that.
I'm gonna run over to Titus, and I'm gonna envenom your sword if you allow
My
me
great sword,
to.
yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Smart.
And it's a 1d6 on top.
Yeah, on top. Okay. You're well familiar. You have a flashback to the Battle of the Broken Tower.
Yeah.
Where he was the Fang and you were the Rattle.
God, yeah, that's so cool.
The Rattle comes. There's that quick, subtle flow of green energy out from your palm into his weapon. That's your movement and bonus action. You still have an action.
I do. Okay, and then I'll.
Excuse me. Only because you're wearing the armor though, the green armor.
Okay.
Which makes it a bonus action.
Oh.
Awesome.
Oh, look at that! I
Assist,
love it.
yeah.
I'll shoot another arrow at my friend, this porcupine friend.
Porcupine's over here.
No, I thought. Really? That was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
then,
there was
I'm sorry.
so I didn't describe the crunch.
Yeah.
The crunch of arrow under Jason's boot as he landed.
Then yeah, this fellow, this sweet one over here.
In pink.
Yeah.
Okay,
in pink.
He's almost to where you'd be at disadvantage, but he's not on top of you yet. So go ahead and roll to hit.
Around him.
21.
21.
Yeah.
Now this does not have venom because you can only have one item at a time.
One.
Okay. And you see now as
to the porcupine.
as you hit, it is a well cast arrow, if such a thing can be said of arrows. Somebody correct me. Comes in center of mass, hits, lodges. Doesn't seem to have any reaction to it at all. Initially.
I think we all know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shoot a ray of desiccation at my hexy friend and pain.
Yay!
Desiccation and pain.
Okay.
Don't ever drop that.
Okay, so it's. I know what I'm doing here, but hold on. So if I'm shooting the ray of desiccation, it'll be 1d10 plus 3 of damage plus the scorn of the night.
Plus the scorn of the night on top of that if you hit. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be
Prolific. 20.
20.
20.
Okay.
Dirty.
All right, yeah. Strike it in the
And
face.
Let's see. We'll do. That's a 5 plus 3 is 8 of damage on that one.
Okay.
Plus.
As it begins to wilt and wither under the barrage.
That's right.
Plus a 1d6. 2. So 10.
10 total. Okay. You see the shadows try to writhing and digging further into the cavity that you made. This thing is still a good ways from gone, though. A good ways from gone. Marcus.
All right. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to run over to the one that's prone that's next to Vivius.
I think you can make it there.
Yeah. And as he's prone, I'm going to reach over and touch his foot using the touch that I did to the Utini thing on the tower.
Okay.
And do spiritual damage through that.
Okay. Since it's prone.
Advantage.
And you're. Because technically that's a.
It's an attack. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you. Go ahead and roll with advantage. Technically it's a spell attack, but yeah.
9. What am I rolling? Religion?
No, this is a spell attack.
10.
Okay. So you feel you have a +6 to your spell attack.
Oh, I'm sorry, 15.
15?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
15.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't sound right from what you
I'm so sorry.
kind of see what you roll. Okay, so this comes out. Remember, this one comes from the heart.
Right.
So
Care Bear stare.
you feel it. You feel that there's an eruption of, actually it's gold laced with white around your sternum, down your arm, into your hand, and just lighting this thing up. So roll 4d6. No, it's about the biggest thing he can do. You've got
11 and 14.
okay. Yep. Oops. Oh wait, that's the wrong friend. Sorry. That's the wrong friend.
They're all friends. They're all friends.
No wrong friend.
Okay. It glows, lights up from the inside, and you actually manage to take out part of the ankle and calf above it as it just withers. As it withers and flakes off onto your.
I'm pretty strong, so I'm just like,
You
abomination!
Love it.
Okay.
Me meat on a stick.
Phoebius runs over with that in hand. Does manage to give it a little poke. And now finally their turn.
No, Dominique.
Oh, Donnie?
The Lord?
Yeah.
The Lord of all.
I'm just
I don't know if you know anything about me. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up and just be like, "Thank you, Wesa," and I'll go in front of her and I'm just gonna fucking greatsword swing at that motherfucker in the head.
Okay.
All I'm saying, I'm like, I pity you, and I'm just gonna go to attack.
What is undead thing?
That is a 17 plus 4, 21 plus 6,
Wow.
so 30.
Okay.
To hit.
You slash the heck out of it. As far as accuracy, let's see how much power you had in that
So
work.
that is 2d6 plus 4 before Envenom. So that is 10 plus
1 in
11.
venom.
Yep.
Okay.
And he's still got the hex on him. Does that only work with?
That's unfortunately it's only for you.
Yeah.
No, that would be really that'd be
nasty, but good thought.
Nasty.
Like a really good
what's the
thought.
phrase I'm looking for?
like the
Gangbusters.
Thanks.
That was it.
How does it react to getting like
I
slashed?
have no idea what you're doing. It was like 0. Like, hey, yeah!
You hear a little tss, as her venom enters it, and kind of rocks.
Okay. As I like go down for that, I want to turn the sword up and go back and do an action surge to press it directly in. And does the Envenom say if it is a second attack within the same round? I don't know.
You don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna use my action surge and hit this motherfucker again.
Do it.
That is 12 plus 6 plus, so 18 plus 4.
All right, you're doing this. I can't think of what the actual name is, but you're doing this essentially horizontal murder stroke with this Y-hander. Mm-hmm. That's a hit. Roll.
Wonderful. 2d6 plus 4, so that is 9. And then does the Envenom?
Nope.
Okay.
You don't hear that hiss that time.
Yeah, so that is 9 points of damage.
Okay. All right. So that one, you see him blur out for a second, almost like someone's hit the 2x on him. You manage to duck that and have it over you. You're fighting with a greatsword right now.
Yeah.
So.
Second sheet of venom in it.
Yeah. Okay. This thing.
What's it do in its position?
Just guessing. This is scary, but not nearly as scary as talking to your character, by the way.
Oh, it's a biter.
I want to say this on stream. The
very true.
greatest. Oh my god.
Because I know
It scares
we
me.
initially thought, nah, Marcus, you're going to have to be the target now.
Okay.
Okay, yep. So it reaches. Actually, it's going to just stand up first.
Sweet baby.
Jason hops off.
Oh, agile.
And
Sweet baby Jason.
Sweet
baby Jason.
As it stands up.
Baby J.
15. Your armor class is
Mine?
18 currently.
20 with the shield.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's
you have a
right.
shield. Okay.
I never use them, so I was
So that actually, by my own rules, that's exactly even. So that grazes you.
Okay.
So you take it. Some of it gets under the bottom of the shield, catching you in the ribs. 8. Oh, make sure this is correct.
Some healthy nails it has.
Yeah, that's very, very helpful.
He got a manicure done today, you know.
That's lovely. Bastard.
7. Actually, it's bludgeoning. So it lifts you up off the ground, and that would have been enough to stave in a lot of rib cages on this earth. You're not one of them, though. Okay. Actually, Jason, see, I'll get this.
Yeah. Just don't forget me, and we'll be perfect.
Merrick is before Jason.
Jason first.
No, Jason.
No, I was just
doing it.
Oh, really?
Jason's really
okay.
effing quick.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No.
Plus, you're both little guys. 20 dexterity.
Both little guys.
He's special.
Man, he just rolled his second 20.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Jesus.
It's love. It's the power of love, y'all.
Is that your new little
Aim for the legs!
Yeah.
He's trying.
Win.
He saw what I did. He's like, okay, I'll do the other one.
Hell yeah.
Jeez, a roo. Okay. So this time he drops, slashes at what passes for the Achilles tendon of the same ankle that you just hit, and this thing goes back down.
Hell yeah.
This time, Merrick, make a dexterity saving throw as it topples your direction.
I think you got it.
19.
Okay.
And you also get that +4 because you're still blessed.
That's true.
In case he was really
It's
close.
20.
It's a
Yeah, okay. So you just juke off to one side as, I don't know, 700-800 pounds comes of meat comes hitting. Some of the cobblestones fly up. Your move.
We'll go for chopping the head off the neck.
Okay, all right. You're rolling with advantage, yep, because it's on the ground, and you get your plus.
And I have my
nice.
friends.
Yep.
With me too.
Yes, you do.
Ooh, that is a
You're rolling
18.
+4.
Plus 4.
+1d4.
Yes.
1d4 then.
Plus 1d4 plus 2, 5. So that'd be 20.
That is definitely a hit.
23.
As you thunk into the base of its skull.
All right.
Tell me what you do.
I'm aiming to cut off his head, neck area.
Yep.
Let's try and do. And
Think
then
about Pez dispenses. Keep it easy.
I do 4, 9, 14. 8 and 13 plus 3, 16.
Oh, that's a die. Okay, it looked like a die six from here. You get plus 2 die 6. It's plus
Why
1.
did I get a die 6 earlier?
It's plus 1 die 6.
All right, wait, I get 1 for. I get 1 for the.
It's just plus 1 die 6 for the coordinated attack.
Over again.
Yeah.
You're right. Well, 11 plus 3 is 14.
Okay, nice. Nice.
It's more somehow.
Somehow it's more.
I was thinking I think I was having a mark on there, and I don't.
All right. You see the head start to wobble. I mean, this thing has taken an ungodly amount of beating, though.
Lisa. Okay, I can't envenom my own stuff if I envenom his sword. So I have to choose.
It's a d6 to anything. Though.
What's that?
It would be a d6 on top to anything. So it'd make my attack more, but it'd make your attack more too. So it's okay, as long as one of us hits.
Okay, fine. I'll take a shot with my own arrow this time.
Okay.
Shoot for its neck.
Strafing off a little bit to the side. Okay. All right. And you envenom. You pull that up. Subtle green energy back into it.
12.
12. Glances off the Arpo hide-esque skin maliciously.
Pump it with a
Okay, all right.
ray of desiccation and pain.
Okay, you're firing again.
You should come up here, have fun. Yeah.
Plus 5, that would be 18 plus.
You smash into it again with it.
Cool.
You guys are putting in some work.
Nice.
5 plus 2 is 7.
Okay.
Oh,
Did they
amazing.
include your strength? Or you already include that?
It doesn't, for the raid, does it?
Oh, right, you're right. It's right. Yeah.
Okay. And you got the extra dice 6 in there?
Yeah.
Too? Awesome. All right.
Does it look weaker after that? Like a lot weaker?
Does it feel like it's in pain?
Is it like...
Is it desiccated?
Pain?
It's still looking pretty good, guys. These are some serious
Meaty
creatures.
things.
I'm going. It's still on the ground.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have had. Oh shit. All right, I'm just gonna attack it again. I'm actually
Prone
not.
give you
gonna-
crit? Does prone give you crit?
No, it gives you advantage.
Advantage.
Advantage? Okay.
How much more do I think I have in me with that?
Several.
Okay, then
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same thing. Then it's already on the ground. I'm going to grab a hold of it.
Okay, do it.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's right. One of my skills actually. Like, advantage. I get a. Oh, okay.
That's why I got additional
21.
because I went ran by. That's why
Gotcha.
Well, I have a
Lights up from the inside out. 4d6 again, my dear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, Jason.
9
Assistance.
Total? Ooh,
total.
bad roll. Okay.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
And I should be rolling a D8, by the way, for my sword, not a D6.
Yeah, you should. That's why I was like looking over the.
It was all weird. Yeah.
That's okay. You got it.
We'll keep that. We're all good. We're
Okay.
Because it's still 14.
More and more of its leg now starts to have this. I was going to say spiritual decay, but sacred decay happening to it. And they're
Band's album.
sacred decay, and they're parts of it. They're parts of its chest now that are beginning to shine with light when you're feeling it from the inside out as it's bursting out, and this vessel seems to be particularly susceptible to this.
Hell yeah.
Okay, and whew, Vibius is taking his life in his hands by continuing to that time he's. As this thing's thrashing around, he's trying to kind of poke at it. It's not happening.
All right. Great sword again, going at this.
Okay,
son of a
go.
bitch. That is a 16 plus 6 plus 2. So 16 plus 6 plus 2, 26 to hit.
More than God, Donnie. Okay.
I know.
More
It's
than enough.
wonderful being tall.
Go.
So that is 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 4, 12.
12. Okay.
Nice.
Merrick, make a perception check.
Yeah.
Perception 22.
Okay. You see out of the corner of your eye. This is the reason, by the way, I know your passive is higher. The reason I gave it to you is because you had like a 29 perception earlier when you were saying you were looking for activity along the walls. That's why. So, yeah, no. I just, because normally you have the higher passive. You catch some activity out of the corner of your eye. You glance over. So a funny thing, as Capio has put, your good friend Capio Secundus has put several of his admirers. You saw 4 of them. It shouldn't surprise any of you to know that that is not the extent of his entourage. Capio, where are you while this is going on? You have entered the melee.
Am I able to get through the gate, or was it barred in my path?
Oh no, you are.
Outstanding. I'm standing right at the threshold.
Okay.
I'm within 150 feet, I presume.
You absolutely are.
Outstanding. I'm just enjoying the show.
Okay.
The puppet show.
I assume you have some. Most of your friends, or a good chunk of your friends, with you. Okay. I should say not your friends. You're adoring public.
Of course.
Have they filtered out ahead of you?
Yeah.
I'm imagining.
So there's just like
Right,
4 and
so
4. There's like 2 zomboys,
Nothing but a good
just like
flank.
kind of directly in front of me.
Zomboys.
The
Skelly's kind of on the wings, and then I got 2 zombies behind me as well.
Okay. And importantly, did you? Tallman's your captain. This is your strong one. Much improved now from when you had to deal with him as the inane captain.
Much quieter now.
Much quieter.
Let's talk back.
And Importantly, did you inform anyone else that your eyes had spotted something? Or is this strictly you?
It would have been just me, but my feathers are a little ruffled.
Okay.
I'm feeling a little
I feel like that's...
personally slighted. And I feel like my good friend Barolus might also share in that insult.
Who in the 9 hells is fucking around out here without my word?
And that, friends,
All right, well,
is where we will pause.
Wait, hold on. Do we know who was that?
Barolus.
That was him?
Barolus.
He was making that noise?
Cousins.
His,
What's up with all this noise?
his
What's up with all this
quote-unquote
noise?
cousin.
was there a secret that you revealed or not revealed that you from last session?
She never
said it. Okay.
Never said it in character.
Okay.
So that will
be what it is.
You never said a who to what?
Remind me.
What I whispered to you at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, that was not said in character.
What interesting family you have.
Nice, Titus.
Especially when they're mine.
I think my
All right.
I was like, look over you, overkill.
As the guardians on the threshold remain, one of them in particular, man, the one you've been working over with Marcus Merrick and Co. over there, it's starting to look rough. But we'll see how
reinforcements.
We'll see how things unfold, and that's pretty much all we can do.
Should we roll up new characters just in case?
Let's not. I'm not going to actually do that because I think we're going to live. So.
Okay.
I love your faith.
I have faith. we just talked about it at the beginning of the day.
All right.
I'm joking.
And with that, I will bid our faraway friends adieu as you go out, or valet even, as you go out into the world. Stay safe and stay curious. Thank you so much.
Zombie free.
Zombie free. Bye. Bye.